That's true. Don't knock until you try it. And speaking of knocking it, we're live. That doesn't work, but whatever.
Oh no!
Here we are.
Oh, we've all been canceled, y'all.
Oh, we are. Boy, it's been an evening already over here. What a Reddit adventure we've been on.
I'm scrolling and nobody. What the fuck is happening there?
Man. Well, we're live. We got some smooth autumn tunes going on.
I realized I'll be yelling at a wall that hopefully no one is in the room next to me.
It can't be hair. I'm getting.
Otherwise, they're gonna hear a lot of this.
Excuse me, front desk. Somebody's talking about speaking to demons in their blood in a southern accent next door, and it's really scaring my kids.
I don't know what the MAGA assholes are doing now, but.
Oh man. Well, here we are.
Oh, cute.
Here we are. Who would like to recap what happened last session?
Where did we start?
We started
we
outside of
basically-
the house.
Right.
And then we moved inside of the house.
Yeah.
And absolutely just put Knuckles in a trash can.
We did. We showed him the way. You know what I'm saying? That's
grave.
Yep. Yeah. We one team. So we had Team Face, which had our face. It had Hunter, had Chimera, and it had Clem. Then we had Team Stealth, which obviously had Audra and her heavy armor, and Anwar and his heavy armor in its stealth mode, and the heaviest person we know, the Iron Giant, Arocket. So Team Face distracted while Team Stealth went upstairs to the sex mirror, and Audra scried to learn the location of the missing child. Turns out missing child was mid vampire transformation and was being buried under the earth. I guess you gotta like grow them like berries. That's how vampires are grown. And so we found the location, but not before Audra was like, "This is gonna take 10 minutes," and Hunter was like, "Oh boy," because that's Hunter's voice. And eventually a fight did break out. So we came downstairs. We ended up just straight up defeating Knuckle like all together. We like demisted him. I can't remember if Hunter got the answer from Knuckle he was looking for.
Not exactly, no.
So we got that.
I love that so much, though, by the way. Like, you'd be like, no, you, like, explain this to me. Make this right for me. Like, please. And it was just not it.
Yeah, he gave us the, like, oh, well, if you need to stop attacking me so I can tell you what's going on here, but, like, reading the room, that was not going to happen, so we just kind of kept our foot on the gas.
Yeah. And gas we did. We took out Knuckle. We, because of some spell miscasting, I suppose, we took down two of the servant dwarves, but we brought them back up, and they went on their way. We took Gregor, like, hostage, because he's still a vampire, right? Or no, we
by
later...
the end of the session, there was a remove curse.
Right. He was a vampire at the time, though, so we took him hostage. And then we went to check on the kid. Had to wait till the next day to de-vampire him and Gregor. But we took care of that. We also checked in with the bless you. We checked in at the...
Thank you.
The name of the store escapes me, but it's where the pigman and the goblins
Oh, yeah,
worked.
bootlickers.
Bootlickers, yeah. Because they have work for us. And the work is that like $10,000 worth of diamonds was stolen from them, Grand Theft Auto 6 style, and we agreed to go get it back. We know that it was stolen by a criminal by the name of the Black Dahlia, who is up in what's the name of the place? Near the Fertile Crescent.
Yep.
So we're gonna go there, get the diamonds back. We're gonna get a 50% cut of that, which is nice. And yeah, and then we're picking up, I guess, with departing from town. I think we're gonna try to hit up Rain's location on the way back because something seems not right.
I thought we were gonna try to save her on the way there.
Is that not what I said?
Oh, I thought you said it on the way back.
Oh, sorry, on the way there.
Okay.
If we feel like it, I don't know. It's really low on our priority list, though.
And that's all I have to say. And now Sydney has something to say.
I have a question to clarify. Is Gregor still a vampire? or is he not a vampire no more?
Remove curse thing was done on him, and
Okay.
he doesn't appear to be quite the same as he was before.
Does he still look like a bitch?
I mean, you married
That's his
him.
DNA, baby.
Just want to make sure.
Yep. So yeah, it seems like Remove Cursed has removed the vampire elements of him.
He's still
Anyone have
technically-
detect undead?
That's a good
That'll tell
question.
us.
Arantis probably does.
I mean, I see why it would. He was still technically a young vampire. But
So unexplored territory. So we'll see. Well, we are going to start this session as we've explored the last couple sessions at the beginning with, over with Rain, where we are going to find her a little bit older than before, kind of early 20s at this point, buried in a whole like avalanche of paperwork deep in a library. She has been given her specific assignment to work within acquisitions for the Empire, and so she is just cataloging all sorts of stuff. She has this kind of table area. There's stuff kind of spread out everywhere, jotting stuff down. People are bringing stuff to her, and then she's trying to figure out where stuff is. And at one point, somebody is going to walk over to her with a little device. And this device has, it's like a little codex thing, and it has 6 little spinning things that have letters on them. Let's see if I can pull that up. You might recognize one from the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah.
But anyways, they give you one of these, and they're like, "Oh, we don't know what to do with this here. So here you go. This is yours. Found in one of our raids of barbarians and such."
What? Have you filled out the proper paperwork?
Yeah. No.
But no, you're going to need to sign for this. I imagine as they walk off.
They're like, yeah, no, we couldn't fill out the paperwork because we didn't know what it is, and we'll leave it up to you. I'm sure we'd sign the paper with everything else we found. Anyways, we were told to give this to you so you could figure it out, and they're just gonna leave.
Okay. And she just like stares down at it. And she's like surrounded probably on 2 sides by like just stacks of paper and other things. Her hair's frazzled. She probably been here for a while.
Mm-hmm. At this point, you would have the wand of detect magic, and your other than your more recent level up, you'd probably have most of your other abilities.
Well, she'll probably use the wand to detect magic just because that's like step 1. Is this magical? Did it even go to the right place?
Yeah, all that emanates from it is abjuration, so you have a feeling that whatever is inside, it's like you're currently being blocked from seeing whatever is inside of it further than that.
Okay.
So it definitely seems like it's something magical, all right, but someone wants to hide what it is.
Does it have any markings on it that might clue into what the code would have to be?
Yeah, so the code itself is in the common tongue, but when you look on the sides, there's a bit of Elvish. Do you know Elvish?
I believe she does because of her mom.
Okay. So you look over at the side, and it just reads the thing you need most. And you fiddle with it for a while and are not able to figure out quite what it is immediately. And I should say this too. So it's got a little thing for every letter plus a space. So it could be 2 words, could be like, I guess be very like unlikely to be 3, but it's either 1 or 2 words.
Gotcha.
And you fiddle with it for a while, and you remember, you kind of like searching through your memory, you remember that you were able to open this, but in the immediate, you just can't remember what it was. And that's all we're going to get for Rain this time. Just a really quick glimpse of a memory of Rain's. And then we are going to cut back to all of the people of Lamprey, all of you guys there. And so basically everything that happened as far as the removing curses, stuff like that, that was all pretty early in the morning. And then before people were heading out, they wanted to do some shopping. Would anybody like to recap the kind of things that they were shopping while in town?
To be honest, I was sidetracked and totally forgot about all the shopping.
Okay.
Basically just looking for rations at this point, just to replenish
Okay.
goods and stuff like that. Maybe
Yeah, you
get
def-
some new tobacco because of the new influx of smoking she's probably going to be doing, but
Yeah, you can definitely buy all of those things for sure. Anything that you'd be getting in this town is just standard D&D prices that you can look up.
Amar is going to pick up 1 potion of healing
Okay.
to replenish the one he used last time.
Okay. That
I
will
think
be
it's-
available here.
And I don't think we needed any diamonds, so I think we're good otherwise.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I do recall Hunter wanted to find either a portable hole or like a magic fanny pack or something like that for storage.
Yeah, that at a town this size, you're not likely
Not going to
find.
happen. All right, understandable.
Yeah. But basic D&D gear, you can find that stuff.
Okay.
Okay. So with that, I guess you guys will be off. As you guys kind of collect your things and head towards one of the gates to leave, you do kind of notice the notice board that you had checked earlier, and you see one of the people going by, and he's pulling off some of the signs for wanted for some of the kids. He's just kind of pulling those off, like, hey, we did some stuff, yay. But there's still a couple of kids that are up there still, as well as Chimera. When you look over there, you see a face that's kind of staring right back at you that seems somewhat like, just looks kind of like you. And you notice that, and then you guys head out. Is there anything anybody wants to be RPing during this time where you guys are leaving the city and heading out?
Not until I can scry again, personally.
do you think Artem asked a very important question? Did anybody want to use Dream to like reach out to anybody?
Just retconning for the previous night, yeah.
Yeah. Like I think, I mean, we've
How's
got
that
a
work exactly?
laundry list of stuff that we need to
That is
interact
true.
with and check on. So if we can sparse it out a little bit.
Can you explain how Dream works again? It's been a long time since.
Well, you see, you use it to go into people's dreams and inflict like exhaustion on them, so you think that they're about
Well,
to die, but in
you
reality, you're in
can.
the same party.
I thought that it only worked on members of your own team. Is that
Usually,
Yeah.
generally
rules
speaking.
as intended?
You can use it that way. The other way that you can
Biggest
use
anime
it
betrayal.
is if you don't decide, you can just have like a
dream.
long extended dream talk with
Mhm.
anybody that you know.
It's
Mhm.
like
As
up
long
to
as they're
8
also
hours.
sleeping during the course of the spell.
And
Yeah, for 8 hours. You could have an 8-hour talk.
so Clem
Does it
has
need
it.
to be?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Clementine has it. The question is, does it need to be somebody that Clementine knows?
Yeah,
No,
that's my question.
Yeah.
It's specifically she casts it either on herself or someone else, and it's like the person that she casts it on is the
By
one who
proxy,
goes
they
into
can
the
know.
trance.
Ah.
So-
So
that's
you
good.
can
realize
send
that.
one of us into someone's dream, essentially.
Yes.
Okay.
Like,
yeah,
we
that
can
was
use
my
that to
question
talk
about
to
it.
Caleb, we can
Yeah.
use that.
Yeah.
So
to
like
tell
she
him
could
one
just
of the
give
big
you a
three.
good night, and whoever goes into the trance can talk to
Mhm.
whoever they know. So
Mhm.
that's the limit. Whoever the person that goes in the trance, That's the one that actually does it, I believe.
And then the other person doesn't save at all unless they're trying to harm them?
Yes, only if you're trying to harm them. If you're trying to harm them, then there's a limit to how many words you can say, and the effect happens.
Okay. So,
Like, I'm pretty sure Lena's dad tried to like talk to her that way a few times too.
yeah.
Like, we used that a lot in campaign 1.
I considering I just use my stuff to scry, I don't need to be the one to use it this time, but I would certainly like to at some point during this trip because I assume we'll have a few opportunities.
Yeah, you guys are in for a fair amount of traveling soon, so you'll get more opportunities to do this. But if anybody would like to go first during a dream, go for it.
I mean, I wouldn't hate using it to check in with Paul or Poe.
I mean, it'd be a good idea. Let them know exactly what's happening, what to expect, what we're doing on our, like, that we're coming back, because we were kind of sent out. We were kind of told to just go away.
Yeah.
And I know you've been wanting to check in on Caleb anyway, so
yeah.
if you want it.
No,
Hunter.
I'm not gonna dream to Agonazar. I'm not risking that.
At least you'd be safe. Well,
are we sure?
We don't know what he can do back.
Anwar shows up in his dreams like, you little shit.
You come to my dream world?
I got your number now, you little bitch.
All right, then. So I guess the way that like she would propose this to the rest of the group is when everybody is like at the campfire relaxing for the night, she would just casually mention out of nowhere, "Oh yeah, has anyone got the need to talk to some friends? I can just send you into their dreams."
In their dreams?
Mm-hmm.
You said that so casually.
Yeah. Care to elaborate there, or?
Oh, do you not do that? Do you not dream? I don't quite know how non-fake people work.
I mean, people dream, but generally it's not a cooperative experience.
Nor are they particularly happy most of the time.
You can't talk to each other through dreams. Oh, that's so sad.
You can just do that?
We can. I'm perhaps might be able to connect you through the Feywild. Perhaps only one of you at a time, though.
Well, I mean,
I'm not going first, so someone else try this.
I guess I'll be the guinea pig.
Coward.
Gotta check in anyway.
Great. So, Hunter, when you do this, please describe any trauma, any sensations that you feel while this is happening. It'll be very important. I don't know.
You mean trauma overall or from this experience?
Yes.
Oh, he'll be fine. And Clementine walks over and like touches Hunter on the head, and his eyes close, and he just whoop.
Audra does like Audra since Audra's like carried Chimera a few times when Chimera does the scouting. Audra's like ready to be like oh and like just like catch him as he falls forward.
I do think Hunter's tail like flops over and like catches his face, and so he doesn't like smack the ground. But
sweet dreams.
I'm gonna put him on his bedroll.
Not gonna lie, the snoring sound just prevented me from checking for her pulse.
Yeah, Clementine just murdered one of you.
Oh yeah.
I have an inside
Have you ever
checker, I
heard
don't
of
know.
the Fey death grip? This is it.
Do you not die when you sleep?
Alrighty. So when you go off to dream, so do you create the dream and then Caleb will go in it, or is it Caleb's dream?
So Hunter gets to create the dream. He can control everything within the dream. It is Hunter's dream that Caleb can be in.
Okay, hey, say Hunter's dream one more time for me.
Hunter's dream?
Bloodborne! All right, anyways, continue.
God damn.
All right, so Andrew, what dream does Hunter create?
So I think
Wasn't for you.
I hear applause and assume it's for me. I think we load into like a very basic meeting room, and it's very Spartan, and Hunter's kind of looking around and kind of like, I don't like that. And kind of as he's judging the environment, it kind of shifts a little bit, and like little changes keep happening, like the roof flies off and the walls kind of fly down and logs pop up instead of chairs, and all of a sudden, we're sitting around a campfire in an open field, beautiful starry night. And an outhouse just kind of like falls from the sky and lands off to the side. Door opens, Paul kind of pops out, adjusting his pants, and looks with that look of like, I wasn't just here. This is weird.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, you boy.
Oh, hey, Paul. We're dreaming right now.
Okay.
Yeah. I know I said it real cavalier, but that's kind of how it came to me. So, passing that buck on. How you doing?
Heavy lies the crown, so to speak.
Yeah.
No, I'm just chief, but oh boy, it's just meeting after meeting. This person wants this, and that person wants that. And I miss the farm.
Yeah. Well, what if you start taking meetings on the farm? Well, I guess that ain't gonna work. It's just people talk. You like people.
I like people. I don't like politicians.
Oh.
Suddenly, everybody around dang politics.
Oh, I'm sorry, Paul. Maybe next term you can hand it off to somebody else who knows what they're doing.
This has terms? God, I hope it does.
Hey, you're chief. You can kind of call the shots there.
I suppose people are counting on me to last for at least 1 year.
Yeah. Anyway, brought you here to kind of catch you up on some stuff. I'll catch him up on the vampire stuff, all this stuff going on with Knuckle, stuff going on with Cammy's kids, and that
Shit,
I guess
boy, now I know I am dreaming. That's wild ass shit.
Yeah, do try to remember that when you wake up.
So this is real?
Yeah, we you met Rain, right?
I believe I did.
Well, one of her associates joined up with us on this last trek, and looks like we got to bust Rain out of some trouble. So that's our next to do. And but Clemmy, she can do this. So
Sure, why not?
yeah.
I've seen weirder. It sounds like you've been a heck of an ordeal. You coming home soon?
Oh boy. Wish I could say yeah, but we got just a world of things to do.
All right then. Well, you keep safe, and I think I'm all right here. Just dying of boredom, and it seems like I never find the right balance between everybody's needs and stuff.
Yeah. Well, just remember, you're surrounded by a lot of good people too, and they've got good heads on them. So, you got people to bounce ideas off of.
Oh, I appreciate that, and ooh, that knuckle business, that's gonna take some. That's gonna hit some people real hard. Real hard. I'll try to see if I can start that dialogue a bit before you get here. Maybe smooth things out a bit.
Yeah.
Maybe not outright say anything, just plant some seeds. Plant some seeds, let you harvest them yourself, like the olden days.
Yeah. Whew.
Well, boy, why don't we just have a nice night by a fire for a while?
That sounds good. Hey, look
And,
what I can do. And I just kind of like start making planets fly around and do some like trippy space shit.
Well, ain't that cool? Don't you forget, no one likes to show off. But
Oh,
that
wow.
is cool. All right, so you have a nice, peaceful evening with your father.
Hell yeah. Much needed.
Much needed for both of you, it seems. And yeah, wake up the next day and you remove curses from a child and ex-husband and all that stuff. All right, so that retcon is done, and as you guys start to leave the city, start to make your way towards the open road. There is going to be bald man with a very thick beard, kind of handlebar mustache, and a bit of a beard, and not totally bald. He's got like the kind of, I forget what you call it when it still kind of grows around the side, but he's got a big bald spot up top. And he's dressed in like what you would like an old Western movie who doesn't know how people actually dress in the Westerns. It's like those leather coat things with like the little stripe things that dangle or whatever.
Sid, you want to Texas it up in here?
I don't know the name of them, but I know that like I've seen so many people wear those just like unironically, just out and about.
Yeah. So he's wearing one of those. Just heading on in. He's got a yak and a wagon as well, but his wagon's much smaller. It's more of a stagecoach thing. It's more for one person. It looks like he could sleep out in maybe while he's on the road. He's got a single yak in front of him, and he's going by while you're heading one direction. He's going the other. He looks on over. He's like, Ember, is that you? And when you guys kind of look at him, Anwar, he's looking like right at you, like, Ember, hey. He's got like a mug of ale, just as he's as he's riding along. Like, Ember, I know that's you.
Are we on the road right now, or are we?
Yeah. So you guys are on the road on your wagon. This is just outside of town, and he.
Wait. Hunter, park it real quick.
No, can do.
Whoa!
We gotta.
Ember, it's Bill.
Bill?
And he's gonna like try to get up, kind of like falls out of the falls off the wagon, like just freaking eats dirt, then gets right back up. Anyway, like throws his mug over, and he walks over a bit. And he's like, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Sorry, you ain't Ember at all. My apologies."
Yeah.
Well, you don't know a guy named Ember, do you? I swear you got. You just look so much like him.
Maybe don't. Maybe let's who's Ember? Let's skip to the next part. Who did you think you were talking to?
My good pal Ember. We're man, we did some adventures back in the day. We once cleared out a sewer full of them those weird brainy rat things. We go on little adventures here and there, getting kind of cleaning up some stuff for people, getting rid of monsters and stuff like that. Yeah, the whole crew that we had. Ember was one of them.
Audra's gonna lean.
You don't know any fire people like yourself who like, got swords and shields and whatnot?
Audra's gonna lean toward Anwar and just like, is there any chance that not you on the wanted poster is Ember?
God, I hope so. But no, I don't think so. This Ember, he, she, they?
He, I think. Could be they, I don't know.
he's an adventurer type?
Yeah, but I haven't seen him for a good few months now, ever since the Empire kind of like skedaddled. I thought I'd be seeing more of him, but I haven't seen him since.
You don't know where he could have gone or what he's...
I figured he's out adventuring, so I saw you with a group of people. I thought, hey, that must be Ember. I'm sorry. Where I come from is just, well, the thing is, sometimes, just, I don't see many
Yep.
fire people. And,
Right.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good, man. Wait, you have no idea where Ember is now or the direction he was headed in?
I mean, he was around this general area last I saw. I think he was a bit south a bit.
I think it's possible that Ember and I are both looking for similar things somewhere in the world. Very powerful and dangerous things. You wouldn't happen to have anything that belongs to him or anything like that?
Do coins count? I think he gave me some gold once. He's gonna like search around, like.
Almar's gonna look to Audra. Coins?
He's gonna like reach into the little stagecoach part of the wagon or whatever, and his butt is just gonna be like up in the air towards you guys as he's digging around searching.
Well,
I'm sorry I don't have prestidigitation, everyone.
While he's doing that, Anwar's going to do a quick info dump. So, Ember is the name of another Genasi that Aghanazar told me was looking for him. And if I didn't find him in time, then Ember would unleash him. And that was several months ago. But I honestly thought he might have been bluffing. That sounds like this person might be real.
Well, if they're real, we can look for them in the mirror.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Is there any chance you can get something of Ember's off of this guy? Because
That's what I asked him.
Okay. I was looking at other things and very distracted. Because work never stops even when you're streaming.
He's gonna look through and be like, I have his old mug.
That'll work.
Hold on, Richard, can you just give us a good look at that real quick? Dude, that thing's awesome.
I don't trust that mug. What is that from? Diablo?
Hell.
No, it's from The Mandalorian.
Oh, cool.
I'm assuming that's what it looks like in-game.
In-game, yeah, that is exactly what it looks like.
Alvar's gonna like, oh no. Oh no. He's never talked anything about getting in touch with his heritage or finding his roots or anything like that before, has he?
Probably. We didn't talk too much, but I mean, other than like the job, I'm sure he talked about something like that.
Would it be all right if I had that mug? It would help me track him down. You know, it would also make the whole you confusing us for reasons be a lot easier to get over.
Well, tell you what, I'll give it to you if you tell him I say hi.
Yeah, sure. Right, Bill? Bill, was it?
Bill! Gotta say it with some oomph. I'm Bill.
I'm not gonna do that. But I'll take the cup.
Bill.
Alright, here you go. And he's gonna toss it over to you.
I'm putting cursed cup in Mars.
I just gotta say, when he tosses it, it lands like 2 feet short of you.
Am I able to catch it before it? Or is it way too far
do
away?
a dex save to see if you can get it. No, he just it's not even your fault. He just totally whiffed it, and it's like 5 feet short of you. And just sorry about that.
Yeah, it's fine. Alwar's gonna kind of dust it off and examine it.
You have identify, right?
I don't have it prepared right now,
Okay.
but this is just probably a normal cup, right?
None of it looks like that.
If you want to roll an Arcana, you can see if it's.
I don't know what this guy's into.
It doesn't appear to be magical. Seems like it was carved in a cool way, but no, nothing magical. Same thing, Clementine. You're like, no, you're pretty sure that's not magical. It's cool, but that's it.
Embers. I just assumed Ember was a girl.
It's short for Emily Burr.
Well, thank you very much, Bill, and I'll let him know that you say hi, and if we cross paths again, I greatly appreciate it.
All right, sure thing. Well, hey, you got no adventures that are going on in there? Kind of, womp rats, any kind of stuff that needs taking care of in that there town? You guys already get it all.
We just defeated an evil warlord and ended a curse that was several centuries old. So I think there's some vampires to the south. Maybe you want to go handle those.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Insight.
Go ahead, roll insight.
Ooh.
Nat 20. He's like, I'm looking for like.
I said
goblins.
vampires.
At most, like a were rat. I'm not doing vampire. I'm not trying to die.
There was like a lot of them. There was like maybe 40 or so vampires. So I don't know.
Well, we'll look into that. Alrighty then. Well met, and hope to see you again sometime. And he's gonna climb back on his wagon and get going.
Well, if you don't mind...
sorry, go ahead.
No, you go. You can send him off first. Then
no, he just goes. You can go ahead and say what you want.
Okay. Well, Anwar, if you want to hold on to a stranger's weird cup till the morning, we can take a look.
Oh yeah, this thing is definitely cursed. It might not be actually cursed, but it's for sure cursed.
Right.
I mean, look at
Doesn't
this.
look
Right,
magical.
Like lowercase c cursed. I
Right.
It looks
understand.
kind of neat, to be honest.
And if this is the kind of drink that this guy uses, then Agonazar calling him up, being like, "Hey, release me! I'll give you infinite power." He might be on his way there right now.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
actually a point, though.
compare it to what you drink out of. Anwar like lifts like his. Yep.
It's like a beaker.
Yeah,
He's like, "What's
exactly.
wrong?" That's how I know exactly how much water I've had today.
You don't calculate yours out to the millimeter?
Gregor's got to speak up. Speaking
Oh,
of
he's
water,
here too.
you Speaking of water, you mind if I get a little fully parched?
You know, I hear the body
I
can
think
go
he's
a
just,
few
I think
days
he's
without
just like
water.
tied up in the back or something. What are you doing with Gregor right now?
Just tied up.
Mostly
Tied up in
kicking
the
him.
back of the wagon.
Mostly
Given-
because I know we need to get him back to Crabclaw Stem Garden to, like, absolutely vouch for shit. But I don't completely trust him to just be free. And putting him in the back of the cart seems a lot nicer than having him tied up and walking around the back of it.
Yeah, we can't go as fast when he's like that.
That's true, too.
Is this the fullest
it-
we've ever had the wagon? Like the whole
Probably.
party and Orontis and Gregor?
At least we're not hiding in the cart this time.
Yeah.
We could store him
With
in
a
the-
mirror.
in the- we could store him in the smuggler's hatch so he can't get away.
He's just got to stare at himself in the sex mirror the whole time.
We can just take turns like sitting just hams down on the crease and farting in there.
Let's
Just
Let's have a-
hotboxing.
bit of humanity
hatch.
until he proves that he does not deserve it. But I
Wow.
will
We're
pass him
seeing
my
some
canteen.
growth. We're seeing some character
That's
growth.
that's Sydney. That's
Kabir's like,
Just away
yes,
from more
fart on him.
crime. Just away
do
from more
it.
crime.
Kamira's like, you can drink your own sweat. It's fine.
Taste the ass blast.
No, I'll pull
so I'm
out the
gonna take-
canteen and pass it to him.
Oh, thank you.
You've eaten today, right?
No.
Why the fuck? I'm gonna, like, I don't know, an apple? Or a bread? Or a cheese?
No one's
just-
offered me any food. That's why I haven't eaten today. What, you think I'm just gonna go over to the tavern and get some breakfast meats?
Well,
Very-
we don't quite know if you prefer the solid food or the crimson.
That's true.
I don't feel the hunger that I had. Thank gods.
Okay, like, just
But
a
I
meal
still
on the
feel
go.
hunger.
Sure. A meal on the go. Apple, cheese, or bread.
I have to choose.
Oh,
The-
fine. You're so
the-
picky. I'm
Here,
gonna pull out
take
all
it.
3.
the
Take a
apple.
ration. I got a package of rations. You can take one of the older ones.
The hardtack.
Is he still tied up? It's like
Yeah.
Yep.
he doesn't want to attack us anymore.
Well, I don't trust him to not leave.
I'm with you on this one.
So,
Maybe
so
we'll
someone's
give him,
feeding
like-
him then?
I
Yeah,
mean,
I'll
his
feed him.
hands are in front of him. I mean, he's capable.
Just give me the bag of the rations. I'll take care of the rest.
Dig it out, throw it over
Oh.
to him.
We'll untie him later.
Thank
okay?
you.
It'll be fine.
You throw it to him, but it's like 2 feet in front of him.
In the wagon, wow.
All right. So he gets a little bit of nom nom, and you guys can head off. You have a choice to make. Let's bring you back towards the world map. It's likely going to take you about 3 days to get towards the lake house, no matter what you do. The question is, let's see if I can just freehand this. Do you want to go around the forest with the wagon and then like drop it off somewhere and then go by foot in? Or so that'd be like 2 days travel without going into the forest and then a day of going in the forest without the wagon? Or do you want to like spend a day on the wagon and then like 2 days going through like kind of thick forest, which will take a bit of time with the whole wagon and yaks and everything? So it's either 2 days out of the forest and 1 day in, or 2 days in the forest, 1 day out.
I
and
kind of thought I'd activate the wagon's VTOL and just fly over the forest and then just find a nice landing pad in
I
there.
haven't unlocked that yet.
Okay, then I guess the Underhill, park over
Yeah.
in Underhill.
So
Probably
like
be a solid move.
fewest amount of days in the forest? Is that what people want? That's what I
think
would personally
so.
vote for.
In Weird Fey Forest? Yeah, I would
Yeah.
like to not spend a whole lot of time
Oh,
there.
There's nothing to be afraid of in there.
That I will insight check.
There's plenty to be
Clem, I
afraid
think
of in there.
you have not been present for the number of trees we've fought.
Yeah, they fought like a big death, like a tree that like brought people's insides inside of the tree. Like it was. You don't even need to insight. You've experienced it yourself. There's plenty of danger in there. You also know that it's the woods of Loch Raven, named after the Raven Queen. Like the.
Oh, my insight
goddess
is
of-
just about, is Clem trying to get us in trouble, or is she just being that much of a smartass?
Yes.
Clementine, yes.
Fair enough. All right. A 15 gets me yes.
I will say she knows exactly what she's saying when she's saying that the forest doesn't pose any issue for her.
All right.
She is a fae.
Alrighty, so opting to go a couple days without. So we'll do. You experience a day without, without any kind of issue whatsoever. You just kind of go through the hillsides. It's really nice. And eventually you'll have to make camp because your oxes just kind of tire out and they need time to rest. They can't just go 24/7. So you guys kind of find a nice little area to make camp, and that seems like it's about it for now. But still, you might want to have people stand watch or whatever. There are still potentially monsters or bandits or whatever else that could potentially be around. So what do people want to do first night?
Do we want to do a fire or nah? Keep it ultra stealth.
I mean, we don't have a whole lot of reason to keep it ultra stealth right now, do we?
Empire's out. Bandits are trying to kill us.
Are Lopez people still searching for you?
No,
No, we've actually settled that
Okay.
shit too.
Well, then,
for the
I
most
mean,
part.
We're
Yeah.
looking pretty good.
Fire's not a bad idea as long as we just have people watching at night.
Mm-hmm. Now maybe we can drum up some business too. We can put up a stand. Maybe use the wagon as a stand and just throw a sign over it, like
Therapy sessions, 25 cents.
therapy. We could offer mercantile business.
I am sorry, actually. I forgot that I kind of skipped over something. So I'll say by the time you guys start to make camp, Gregor is noticeably looking really weak. And like even just kind of getting out of the wagon, he just feels like super sick, and he's just kind of lumping over and like tries to find a tree nearby just to like kind of lean up against, and he's shivering a bit and really not looking good.
Medicine check.
Go for it.
Because what the heck? Why didn't it roll? I've done like none of these, but I have a good score. 18.
18. His HP seems fine. He's not taking hits. He's not bleeding out anywhere or anything. It's his con levels. It looks like his con score is going down. Like he's losing life force, and he's just looking drained and just starting to kind of wither a bit.
Could I do an Arcana? Maybe some kind of lasting thing of a vampiric disease or curse?
Sure.
Yeah. We haven't encountered anything like this before, right?
Nope.
Okay.
I'll do it with the guidance. Because I keep forgetting I have that. And good thing too, because it's only a 12.
Yeah. Yeah, that Arcana check, you're like, I don't know, this might need to be a religious thing or something else. I would say with your 18 medicine check too, even if like you check for a pulse, you can barely feel one at all.
I'm gonna try to just like put together a pallet for him. I'll cut his freaking ropes off. You're making me feel bad for him. I don't want to feel bad for him, but I do. Why didn't you say anything? Your hands are tied. Your mouth isn't fucking... Like, put your head down. Is he wearing any weird jewelry? Like, anything, like, new that might be, like...
Oh, we didn't take the tag off his shirt. That's what's going on.
Like, I don't know. Maybe he had something that was tied to Knuckle. I don't know. She
Yeah,
doesn't know shit.
You can roll an investigation if you like. No, you have no idea what's going on with him. You look over, you don't see anything that looks like might be tied to him. But he just kind of put his head up against the tree and be like, I know this feeling.
What is it?
It's the same feeling when he was draining the life out of it.
What made it better? Oi! I'm gonna
I
the type
died.
of his head.
I died and then came back with some kind of new energy. But I think that was the curse that brought me back.
So what you're living right now
don't know what to
isn't
do.
your regular life?
No, are you kidding? Have you seen him? He's usually like.
Right, but I mean, does that mean when this runs out, he's been dead, and when this runs out, he's like dead?
I should.
Does
Maybe.
Arantis know anything about this, being an undead hunter?
I just know that I hate them.
Arantis will do his little sensor thing again, and he will say, "Unless there are other undead within a 1 mile radius, he is still undead."
So blood, is that? That's the only thing I can think of.
Keep reaching for a mouse. That
I
Audrey,
have
you could roll religion maybe.
yeah, and I have. Well, I'll do this roll first, and then I'll.
Can I check his mouth for fangs?
Yeah, he doesn't have fangs anymore.
Does he have like a second little mouth, like out of Alien? 15 religion.
After doing a quick prayer, you have this instinct, just kind of like you have an instinct of how your spells work, without
Mhm.
somebody like specifically explaining them to you.
Mm-hmm.
You have the sense that his life force is draining little by little. He's making con saves to keep his constitution score up, but every time he fails, he's losing a bit of his con score, and if it reaches 0, he's gonna die.
Okay.
It seems like that curse was necessary to keep him going in this stage where he's not truly alive. The only things that could help him at this point, you could revivify him upon death and then bring his life force back, or you could death ward, which would halt his decline.
So
those
he
are
would
really-
like kind of live at 1 HP? I did that like
or whatever, wouldn't be 1 HP, but whatever it would be currently based off of his con score. But his con score is below 10 right now.
okay. So I'll pull Chimera like away from Gregor so we can discuss it. Or well, the whole group obviously, but you know, just so we're not in earshot of Gregor. Okay. So here's what I gathered just based on medicine and cleric things. Well, he's dying. That much is obvious to anyone. Now, if it's really what you wanted, when he died, we could use the diamond that we have to bring him back. I have to admit, I don't think that any of us would want that, but it is an option. I could also try placing my death warding spell on him, and that would, I suppose, halt the progress, unless anything attacked him after that. And, well, you know him better than I, but I feel like that's inevitable at some point. If we wait until the morning, I could also try one of my greater healing abilities, but I don't know if that'll do anything. But those are the options I see, as far as healing and staving it off. There are other options, but that's beyond my station.
Clem, you look like you want to say something.
I have a question. Did we not leave a child in the same predicament in the previous town?
I think we've left 3 or 4, actually.
Yeah, but these, well, I don't know about the other kids, but the one from yesterday was pretty freshly blooded.
Well,
Might be a fine thing.
The
maybe
kids,
we can like dream contact them, just check in, see if they're
They're
having
just
the same
fucking
thing.
dead. Oh no. Oh,
there's just a
no.
town of vampire lord children now. Just no adult. We made, what is it, Little Lamplight from Fallout,
Yeah.
but it's vampires.
Well, the difference is we traveled with the kids for a couple days.
Right? Yeah, we
And-
didn't see
Yeah.
anything.
They showed any symptoms like this.
Which means like Gregor said
Yeah.
he was Gregor like dead, and Knuckle brought him back versus like the other kids were just like turned while still alive.
I got the impression that the kids were more zombie-like than just straight up vampire mode, personally.
Yeah.
They were also de-vampired by a goddess. Not
That's
That's
fucking true. Power
That's true.
levels.
So the kid that we left behind that Audra healed might actually be in this situation then.
Essentially.
I mean, yeah, we
Possibly.
can check in.
How much is the diamond?
300.
300. And did we verify, Richard, that we only have one? Because I swear we had a second from something, but I could just be wrong.
I don't recall where you guys would have gotten a second one, but maybe.
Yeah, because
You
like
definitely you bought one and then you had one from like some jewel thing that
Oh,
was
did you
early
buy
on.
one? If you bought
Yeah.
one,
yeah,
then
that
you
must be
have
what
two.
it is. Yeah, because I know that like one is obviously infused into the ring for revivify, but like if what I was remembering was we had that in case I'm the one that goes down, but I also have one for someone else. Was what I thought was going on. Either way,
100% you bought one.
either way, I have a feeling no one wants to use one on Gregor, but like, yeah.
I mean, I can try. In my bag of tricks, I can. My brandy is arguably a lot less expensive and valuable. I could try
your
using that.
brandy.
Yeah, my brandy. I use that for protection of evil from evil and good.
Oh.
And I mean that it says that's more charm or possession. So I don't know if, but it's also like, well,
It would also only last like an hour, though, wouldn't it?
I think you need something that either sustains or gives back life force. So I'm not sure
Well,
if
I mean,
protection from evil and good would do that.
The thing is, if this is about, I mean, it gives them advantage on on a new saving throw against the relevant
Oh,
effect.
okay.
I
That
don't know if
might give him advantage on the con save.
Like for sustaining.
It's
If
only
it's
for
not-
10 minutes.
Yeah, it is only for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So like
Another thing.
here's my thought process. Hate him? Yes, absolutely. But if I was gonna kill him, I'm gonna kill him. Otherwise I'm not just gonna let him like hang around and suffer. Cause that
Yeah.
sucks. That's shitty.
All right, I would just kill him.
Well, no, what? We need him to make sure that like he can like vouch for, hey, we murdered Knuckle,
Yeah.
the leader of your shit.
Right.
My-
Because XYZ.
We
Like
need
that's
that
the
for
only
Knuckle.
reason why he's alive.
My
Isn't
suggestion.
the chief the person vouching?
Huh?
Isn't the chief vouching for
For
that?
legal reasons, I'm playing Dungeons
mean-
and Dragons.
Chief hasn't been in contact with the Big Three though, and Big Three's over like
Yeah.
Crabclaw, and they have their thumb on Caleb,
Yeah.
and we just killed a Resistance member.
What I could do like for now, I could death ward him for now, and that like would keeps him alive like through the night. And then in the morning, I can try the Greater Restoration if we want.
I think I would appreciate that.
Yeah,
I hate it. I hate feeling bad for him, Richard, but I would appreciate that.
yeah, like, I can do that because if Greater Restoration does the trick, we save ourselves a diamond.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we just have to let him die and then use it. So like,
Which seems shitty. Again, like the
Yeah.
whole I'm just gonna let you sit and suffer, have a good night. Like,
Yeah.
that's not my bag. That's not Cam's
We
bag.
could just kill me
Let me see,
quickly.
because you've already rolled a religion. See if you would know if that would.
the Greater Restoration.
Mm-hmm.
It does a lot of things, but I don't know if that's sufficient.
It would undo all of his reduction to an ability score, but that might not necessarily bring him back the life force he needs. You need a spell specifically that's about like bringing back life force, so that would need to be some kind of like resurrection type thing. Because he currently technically is dead.
Gotcha.
So, but this would, like, if he was down to, like, even a couple points of con, this would bring him back up to his full con.
God.
That might be okay though. Like that might.
Well, I mean, the whole process would still continue though. Like,
Oh, gotcha.
but it would bring him back up at least for a while.
We could see if there's a healer inside Loch Raven. There was that powerful Fey creature.
Yeah, the prince.
That's true.
And if we need,
Well-
if we need to, we are about to get a bunch of diamonds.
And whatever's going on with him would likely go on with Chimera's son as well. If you guys are planning to remove the curse there.
That's a good point.
So, if you can, give him a death warding now,
Mm-hmm.
and in the morning, attempt a greater restoration and see if that fixes it.
If
See, I
not,
was thinking we could leave him in Underhill while we went and took care of everything else, but if we got to take him in to visit some Fae to maybe cure an issue, then having him at least stable will be helpful.
Clementine, how are vampires welcome in the Fey court?
They're not. We
Would
don't
we
typically
be-
let in the undead.
Would we be captured if we were to bring him in with us?
I mean, you'd be captured anyway going to see the Sealy court.
Like, operating under the fact that nobody's liked us for a really long time, I feel like...
Really, just a drop of the bucket at this point, you know.
Kind of, yeah. Is it ideal? Absolutely not. Is it just another day? Yes.
Can I have a roll to see if Fey magic could do anything against this?
Arcana or religion.
Okay. They're the same for her.
as
So.
long as-
I mean, I feel like I've spelled it out as clearly as I can with
Yeah.
with Otter's religion that you need a spell that brings back actual life force, like
Right.
some kind of resurrection, revivify, whatever, to actually bring back.
You need
can-
you need quite a powerful Fey to do this.
Maybe we can check Underhill and then we can check with the Fae.
We may want
Regardless,
to.
something now will be great.
We may want to check in with Rain first, as I can't go with you when you check with the Fae.
You can't?
I'm not supposed to be showing myself to you, remember?
Hypothetically, though, would they have shown themselves to us before?
Were you in the Feywild?
That's where we got
Maybe
these
we-
rings.
Yeah.
It's a very different thing when you're in the Feywild. Here is the problem.
Otter's gonna walk over
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah,
let's go and
yeah.
take care of it.
and perform a coup de grace. No,
Chimera.
Just stab him in the
Yeah.
throat.
Camera cuts over. Well, while you were all talking, I handled the problem.
Chimera.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk over.
What are they gonna do to me?
We're going to stabilize you, and then we're going to find you a healer. Is that okay? Do you prefer something else?
If I'm worth it to you to keep alive, I'm sure, but if I ain't worth it, I want you to be the one to do me in.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that, darling. I absolutely would. But in the meantime, we're gonna get you to rights. Because as much as I hate you, I hate this even more. So, Audra's gonna come over here. She's going to cast a spell on you. You're going to rest for the night, and then in the morning, we're going to figure this out a little bit.
Okay.
Hit him.
I walk over. Just give me your hand, Gregor. And I cast Death Ward on him. And I might as well reflect it back on myself, just to, because I can.
For the lulz, we're about to do.
Just so I don't die in the next 8 hours. So nothing kills me in my sleep, I guess. Because if I'm giving up my scry slot to at least try a greater restoration, I would want tonight's dream to at least try to do some sort of equivalent.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so you go ahead and do that, and not seeming any better, not seeming any worse. He was taking kind of some faster, deeper breaths, and then just kind of starts to calm down a bit. And all right, you have stabilized him. And so with that, sorry, we can get back to people looking out for the night and stuff like that.
Guess I'll take first.
You want to do buddies?
Buddies.
Well, if Clem's doing dream on me, does that mean I can't give watch? Like,
I think you need to do a whole night.
like I gotta just be knocked out, right? Essentially.
I mean,
It's
you
up
can
to 8
technically end the dream early. It's up to you, but I mean,
Yeah.
Well, we can count it. It's fine. Not too worried about
Yeah,
it.
I mean, if you're just checking in with people, you can be there for like half an hour to 2 hours, and then
Yeah, or I can be I can be last watch. Like I can just
or you
get
can
up
be
early.
last watch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. It's just
Do we want
it's
to
just
use?
mechanics anyway. Doesn't really change anything.
Did we want to use scrying on someone?
I can't. It's technically still the same day that we scried on Black
Okay.
Dahlia.
Got it.
Or not Black Icewind Dahlia.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call her Black Dahlia by accident this whole time, by the way.
So yeah, it sounds like you might have sending potential, and then there's the dream. But yeah, other than that, you'll need to wait till the next day. And then if you do a greater restoration, then you're scrying. So.
Right.
you
But
can.
I did kind of already tell you that greater restoration wouldn't fully work. It'll bring him back up, but
Yeah.
he got to where he was within a day. So it's up to you if you want to keep. On
But
doing
it
that or
should
not.
keep him. It'll still keep him going a little longer, which I think is what we're
Potentially at a
sticking
more
to.
manageable pace as well, for
Yeah.
at least a minute.
Mhm.
It gives us a little longer to decide, I guess.
Yep.
I think is why we're doing it.
Okay.
Because you were clear with your ruling.
Okay. So.
We can technically do 2 dreams as long as Clem sleeps like immediately afterward.
Alrighty. So first watch we have Chimera and Hunter. Let's give one of you, with the assistance of the other, can roll perception at advantage.
My perception's +0. Go for it, buddy.
Right on. I've got the same, but with a 1 in front of that.
But with the 1 in front of it. Fuck you.
Alrighty, yeah, 28. Your spot like far and wide and here for anything else. You were not hearing anything at the moment, but Chimera, just kind of as you're also standing watch, eventually you just kind of hear over from that tree that he's been resting at. Gregor's just gonna say, "Hey, little bird."
Yes, Gregor. And I will say, like, I'm patching like little bits of my cloak with like a little pocket loom, so I'm just like carefully weaving holes shut.
You remember that night when we just dancing the night away? That old shitty tavern, and lights came up. They said that everybody was closing, but we just we just formed a whole little thing outside in the front on the street and just kept on dancing till the sun rose. Remember that night?
I remember you dancing and me tripping everywhere. Be frank, but I do remember that very well, yes.
Give yourself enough credit. I just want to be there again, back in those days.
How about you rest a little bit, hey?
I don't know how much longer I have left, so just let me say this, okay?
I'll actually walk over, like, yeah, go ahead.
I'm not sure what's gonna happen with me. I just want you to know it's not just for self-preservation that I was saying that I was sorry. As I think about everything, I just realized that I didn't do none of it. I really messed things up, and I threw a really good thing away. I just wanted you to know that before I go. And I'm hoping that you tell our boy when you fix him up and heal him that I died trying to avenge him.
You think you're going to get out of this that easily? You're crazy. And I'm gonna, because he's resting up against that tree, I'm gonna try to get him to, like, lay down, be comfortable. You're back, and you have a son to raise. And a daughter to make up a lifetime of memories for. So, I don't care if I have to drag your ass back there myself, you're going to make it. Do you understand me?
I don't think I deserve to make it.
Exactly. Close your eyes and rest.
And in saying that, he passes out. And Hunter, with your 28, you heard all
I think at some point he like tries to focus elsewhere, but realizes he can still hear, and like he's like focusing like all right, perimeter, and then like catches something he says and it's like, oh fuck off. And, like, perimeter.
I come back towards the fire, just very sour in the face, just like, dang it, that was nice of him, that bastard. Like, just not happy that he's being nice, basically. Sorry about that.
Nothing to be sorry about.
It's a little weird to be like, I was going to kill him and then I didn't, and now we're here, and I'm like, no, get better. It's just really...
A lot.
I'm having a time.
Yeah.
And I start to reach for my pipe.
I think the same time she reaches for her pipe, Hunter starts reaching for a flask of the brandy. Just at the same time, pull it out. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
So next watch, I think, will be Anwar and Arantis. Seems like.
Sure.
Arantis is like, I'm looking all the time anyway.
Severus Snape, is that you?
There are zombies here, Mr. Potter.
Anwar, it is your turn to wake up.
Thank you, Arantis. I imagine he's like right over my face.
And he just like sticks his foot in the ground and like creates a root that kind of pushes up from under you to like get up.
Okay, I'm up.
I think as that's happening, Hunter is like kind of getting comfortable nearby, and his bedside manner is getting better, don't you think?
And he picks a pine cone out of his pajamas. Anwar's gonna do that like one step into the suit, and it's gonna like all suit up all over him. And it's gonna say, actually, Aberrant, I've been wanting to talk to you. What's your, when I rebuilt you after you died again, thanks for that, by the way. Not the dying part, but like the, helping with us with all of that stuff. I was able to improve some of your systems.
It is very
So-
much appreciated.
I don't fully understand ancient elven magic, but I know what energy does and how to route that. So hopefully it's working well for you.
I feel
Yeah.
like I am operating more efficiently than before.
That's the. But speaking of operating efficiently, that big undead thing, that was a pretty big deal.
It was, as they would say, a BFD.
Been reading more contemporary literature, I see.
I have.
Listen, I'm sure that you're ready for a rest, to retire. You've been technically working for, thousands of years with a long break in between there. But eventually undead aren't quite the threat they were as they were during your time. But these aberrants, the mind flayers, they're pretty nasty. We could use someone like you to help us with that. You clearly showed us when you're comfortable and able to fight, you're quite capable.
Thank you.
I don't know if that's something that you can maybe consider. I don't want to make you do anything, but if you would be willing to extend your parameters to mind flayers, it would definitely benefit us a lot.
My primary directive is to protect life. But these aberrations, while they are life, they are life that is not of this world. I find these parameters acceptable. However,
Okay.
the life that serves these, the humans, the elves, the things that work for the Empire, I cannot take those lives.
Everyone's got their line, so I respect that.
I am quite confused now that we are trying to turn that which is undead back into the living. It is not something I knew was possible.
Well, we've done a lot of impossible things, so
I guess if I want to see the full spectrum of what could truly be possible, my best course of action is to stay with you.
glad to have you around this. Glad we found you in that terrible.
I am glad you found me in that terrible.
Anwar's gonna kind of like reach out and put like one hand and kind of pat his big armored wooden body and be like,
Ding, ding.
"All right, I'm gonna go stare into the dark over there now."
Yes, let's do that. Let's
Great.
roll perception. With that, do you want to roll perception at advantage?
Sure.
Don't you have that anyway?
You
I
might
do.
have that anyway, yeah. All right. Once again, you look through, and you at some point you spot a cat that is moving along, but it's just minding its own business.
Not for long.
Magic missile. Got it. All right, and then finally we will have Audra and Clementine.
Do you want to do the dream before that?
No, you can do it during. That's fine.
Okay.
Launch is like, if you have a dream to do, I will continue watching while you do it.
I didn't hear you there, Adam.
He's very useful.
He is. All right. Well, I don't want to tumble over like Hunter did, so let me just get situated here. And she'll like sit like back against a tree first before she's tranced.
Oh, so you want to have a comfortable dream, not a nightmare.
It would be nice for a change.
All right. She just taps you and casts your dream and lets you wonder about that nightmare bit.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So what kind of dream do you create, Tony?
A
Or Audra?
nightmare. So I imagine there was probably some spot in or around STEM Garden when Audrey was younger that like she and her uncle would like probably like practice spar or something, you know.
Mhm.
So it's a location like that, probably like, you know,
Okay.
like some like clearing or glen or somewhere or something, you know.
Okay.
And it's probably, honestly, you know what? It probably looks like where you get like the Master Sword. That's honestly
Okay.
what I'm picturing, like that
Okay.
little like break in the trees.
Mhm.
So she walks in, and her uncle's like sitting there, like waiting for her basically to come in,
Mhm.
and then she, you know, enters. It's been a while since we've spoken. Well, it's not in person, but it's as close as we're getting right now, Uncle.
He's just kind of look over to you and be kind of startled and get up for a second, and like scuffle over and then like place it back towards the tree. Are you real?
Real enough. You know that spell I could use to communicate with people across long distances? Well, I'm doing that in your dream. Thanks to someone else's magic.
How do I know it's you doing that in my dream and not something else?
Have you looked at where you are? Who else trained with you in here?
Yeah, but that's maybe you don't even know that. Maybe you're just going in my head because I know that.
One second.
You could be completely fake. This could all just be a big way to get inside my head. Get out of my head!
Hold on. And she's like slowly like trying to remove like one of the like pauldrons and gauntlets from her armor and show him like some spot where like when they were sparring she got like nicked and there's like a scar or something there. No,
Yeah, I remember that.
yet you do. Who else would know about this except me?
Anybody getting inside my head can pull that out of my head and use that to gain my trust. So no, I will not. You cannot just do something that only we would remember. Because if I can remember, that means you have access to it, and you have to stay out of my head.
Well, then why don't you just ask me something that only I would remember? Because
How would I know you're telling the truth?
because you would know the answer.
If I know the answer, that means you know the answer.
Look, Uncle, I don't know why you've been so paranoid. All I've heard is this get out of my head thing from you, and all I've gotten is riddles when I've asked about you. I'm just trying to help.
That's what I'm here to say. Sure. You just want to help, so that way I'll let my guard down. Sure. You're not going to get me.
What sort of guard would you be letting down? We're in a dream.
That's exactly where I'm most vulnerable. I still put up guard in my head, and you're trying to get your little tentacle down through them areas that I've got. I know your tricks. And he pulls out a blade. I know your tricks.
I am fully in control of this dream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, as he's holding it, the knife just like turns into just like a rose. We're not gonna hurt each other here. I'm certainly not going to be hurting you.
Yeah.
And then imagine if he throws a punch, like, out of nowhere, like, just like, he tries to throw it, but just, like, right as he throws it, like, a pine cone falls from a branch, he just, like, bops that off into the distance.
He's not going to throw a punch, but he's very fearful.
Yeah.
He's doing whatever he can to defend him.
What can I do to just convince you to talk to me, Uncle?
So you just want me to give you the answer how to break me?
Not to
No,
break you,
no.
I just want to know where you are.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yes, I do. Mom's
Wow.
okay.
You know what? All the better that you don't know where I am. That's the most encouraging thing I've heard yet.
I mean, I have a suspicion of who you're with.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, I'm gonna consider that a confirmation, Uncle. And for the record, it's fine. You can do what you want to do with whoever you want to do. I don't want to do anything with anybody. I'm not gonna judge. I hope you're not trying to hide it because of that.
Don't even know what you're alluding to now.
Well, okay. Maybe I was barking up the wrong tree there. Point is, I haven't seen you in a while, and I just want to make sure that you're okay. I don't even need to actually see you, I guess.
No, can you just do it? Just stop. Just you can roll insight if you'd like.
Yeah, I gotta find something here. I gotta find a crack in the armor somewhere. Oh, that was I rolled over from something not good.
You gotta do something the Mind Flayers wouldn't do.
That is true. Is that, I mean, well, he did say tentacles, so I guess, yeah, he's afraid that I am a Mind Flayer, isn't he?
Act with humility and respect.
The thing is, any, like, you know, outlandish action isn't something that Audra would even think to do, you know?
I would say that he's starting to tear up in a bit when he's just like, just don't.
Just don't what? I'm just trying to speak to you.
I wish I could believe you, but I can't, and I won't, and I just want you to get out of my head!
I don't understand what's making you so paranoid about your own niece.
If that's who you are.
Yeah. And she's gonna, like, walk away, but not, like, leave. Like, at some point when she's out of sight, she was going to, like, double back and, like, try to just, like, peer in from the trees and see if he's, like, talking to anyone else or to himself or anything like that. And if I need to roll stealth, I can. I don't know if I still have stealth disadvantage in a dream I control, but I imagine maybe
it's
not.
a dream you can. It's a dream you control, so I think you can double
This is like,
back.
as I start doubling back, like, she realizes, like, she's got the heavy armor, and she's like, wait a minute. And then just, like, levitates, like, a foot off the ground. This is different.
At some point, when you kind of turn back to him, he's basically sitting down with his head in his hands and his whole upper torso kind of like kneeling over his knees, or kind of bent over his knees, and you can just hear him sobbing.
Does he say anything through those tears, or is it just noise?
Just the noise of sound.
Okay. I think I'll leave him be then and end the dream.
All right.
I can still
You
scry
go
on
ahead.
him at some point. He can't really stop that.
Yep. All right, you go ahead and do that, and that is the end of the.
I wake up, lean back off the tree. I feel like Anwar's was a little more successful than mine, or I feel like Hunter's was a little more successful than mine.
Oh, really? Why's that?
Didn't really get much out of that beyond reconfirming that my uncle is not in a good way right now.
Well, no one ever said the dream would change them.
No, but I hope to at least get some information out of him, and he didn't even want to communicate.
Well, not sure what to tell you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, though. Thank you, Clementine.
Absolutely. And she'll, like, keep smoking, probably a pipe that she has.
Can I get a puff of that?
Yeah, it's
Thanks.
over.
Who's rolling for perception between the two of us?
I have a +1.
All right, well, I have a +3, so... I have a +3, but I don't have dark vision.
I don't... Do Faye have dark vision? I don't remember. No.
All right.
Wow.
Well,
I thought
then,
everyone has dark vision.
well, then
I
I'll
know,
do
right?
a regular vision perception advantage. Hey! That's...
I like how the only two people in this whole ass party that don't have dark vision.
Are
Or
together.
Yeah.
We
I take a smoke of the pipe. As soon as she exhales the pipe and she's like, gets like suddenly a
You see everything.
Clementine, what's in your pipe?
Oh, fairy dust.
Making
What
my
does
eyes
that
dilate, and it's doing
mean?
a great job.
One time I was cursed and now this is like the opposite of that. What's happening?
You feel really confident that you guys are safe for the remainder of the night.
Cool.
And in the following morning, you'll get once again kind of the morning rains come in. So as it gets to be morning, it's also kind of cloudy, and just kind of drizzly all around you. But you just kind of have that nice scent of kind of where the water hits the grass, kind of, and smells like a fresh meadow kind of thing. And temperature is still fairly nice. It's a little cold, still like jacket and cloak weather.
And traffic on the 405 is still moving smoothly.
Yep.
Yeah, how's that weather gonna be for the rest of today? Huh? How's that weather gonna be?
This has been Richard with your 5s on the 5s.
Alrighty, so that's everybody's waking up, and when does the what do you call it?
Death ward?
Death ward, yeah. When is that?
8
run?
hours. So basically by the time we're back up.
All right, so you start to get up, and you'd start to notice that Gregor's starting to shiver a bit again.
All right. Well, I think now's the time to try the other part of this, huh?
I think that'd be nice, please.
All right.
Anwar, you
Pulls out his knife.
not that one. Anwar, you said we have the necessary parts for this one.
We have 2. You can only do this twice.
Well, we know what the alternative is if this one doesn't work. And if you hand Audra the diamond, I imagine she holds it, because remove curse is a touch, so she like holds it. It's like between her hands. She like closes her hands, and it's like a pulse of energy, and the diamond's gone like within her hands, and then she like places hands on Gregor.
You are using a diamond for this, or is this a lesser diamond?
It's a 100 GP diamond.
Okay.
It's
Versus-
powdered diamond.
Yeah.
You can
Powdered
look
diamond,
at what it says.
Yeah.
Yeah. But versus 300 for Revivify.
Yeah. Okay.
I imagine that we have a small bag.
Is it
of
powdered?
200. It's powdered diamond. That's what
Okay.
it says.
Okay. I know it was 100 gold's worth. I didn't realize it was powdered.
Yeah.
Doesn't really.
Okay.
So
Change
half
anything.
of it would disappear. So you just
Yeah.
Like getting some other kind of. He's suddenly
Ready to fight a man?
Audra gets punched in the face.
I really want to get into it with you about Bitcoin, just like for like half an hour. Just like let's just chat about Bitcoin. I just really want to talk.
He just gets up. He's like, "Oh my god! Oh, I feel so good. Oh, wow.
Good.
Yeah.
Great.
That it? I'm cured.
We don't know.
Okay.
You might end up in the exact same situation that you were in. Regardless, we are going to find you a healer. Hunter, don't laugh. This is serious.
I don't know what you're talking about. Kept my chuckles to myself.
Audra, right?
Yes.
I don't know why we're looking for a healer, because you are a damn good healer.
Thank you. As Chimera said, I don't know if that'll sustain you, but at least prolong the issue.
Alright. You got any more of those, death wards?
I do, but
Our cleric's like, I'm not using shit on you.
I would have figured what I just did would have superseded that for a while.
No, just, I mean, that thing you did before, kind of, if you could stabilize me feeling good rather than stabilizing me feeling like I'm about to die, I'd greatly, if you're just gonna death ward me anyway. Oh man, this feels so much better.
Andre gives like a quick look over to Chimera. Give me your hand again.
Otherwise, we're about to go see some Fae people, so...
Remember how we're treating you after the way you've treated us, and especially one of us in particular.
No, I mean, my right hand. Whew. You have nothing but my respect, and I owe you big time.
Noted.
So do you cast the death ward on him?
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll reflect it on me too.
Oh man, that is gonna
Okay.
keep me going. Thank you.
So today, the plan is when you start feeling shitty, you will say something, correct, sir?
Yeah. Whatever you say, Chimera. You got it.
Wonderful. Great. And I'll like, because he made a comment about how we didn't pass him rations yesterday, like I will make sure to pass him breakfast.
Oh, thank you. Oh man. All right.
So the plan today is Underhill and then in, right?
It's
To
gonna take you
grandmother's
another day
house
just
we
to
go.
get done.
Right. Okay.
Have we been to Underhill before?
You have.
Yeah.
That's where you met Reggie River.
I love him so much. He's my favorite.
Right.
He died on the way back, right? He didn't make
Shut
it.
up!
He had a much time on the way back. You're yet to see if he made it back alive.
But the
He's a goner.
Coliseum, that was down the river, right? That wasn't in Underhill.
That was in Sellsword.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to go down to Sellsword, you
No.
could.
I'm just trying to refresh my memory. Is Underhill the cheese town?
No, that's
That
Townsend.
was
Okay. Sorry, the river towns all blend together to me. What can I say?
Yep. Alrighty. So another day goes on, and I guess during like bio break, whatever, at some point, Gregor is gonna kind of nudge over at Kamir again.
Mm.
I know I
still
keep
trying
on
to
saying
sew up.
this.
Still trying to sew up holes.
I know I keep on saying this. I really am sorry for everything that I did. I don't want to just say it because I didn't. I know the last time I said it, I was like nearly dying and feeling really bad. I just want you to know, even though I'm feeling better now, I'm not like reneging on anything. It's all I've been thinking about during these travels. In every which way that I messed up. I mean, you were making it a little difficult after Jeff was born, but mostly it was me. I gotta say. you were saying, got a boy to raise, and I've got a daughter I got to make things up to, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna live up to that. But, I just want to make sure that if you want me to do that, you're not gonna understand me, and gonna, you're gonna give me an honest shot to go with these kids, because
Well, for the children, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Maybe one time we can, all have dinner together or something. Just family again. Just if we can bring everybody back.
I think they'd like that very much.
I'd really like that too.
Good.
But well, I'm sure you don't really want to talk much.
Well, actually, I have a question for you.
Oh, what's that?
A member of the rebellion has gone missing. Whenever we try to reach out to him, he just says, "Get out of my head." Are there any particular places where they would potentially keep him?
Am I understanding that? There were some people. I mean,
they have entire prisons, so it's. I'm not pressing you for it, but if you
Yeah,
have any knowledge, I think the young cleric lady would be deeply grateful.
Yeah, there was I did hear about people were sometimes taking places like rebels and such, for like reprogramming or whatever you want to call it, or orientation, called it. That was over. I think they had a facility over on an island, a little bit south of the Gulf.
Into that one.
Yeah, that was the first place I'm thinking of anyway.
You think they would keep using it?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, Empire really cleared out a good chunk of the area. The city I was in, Gangleton, was Empire all been left. But I hear that they're still using those parts, and maybe.
Actually, that makes sense. God damn it. Audra!
Yes.
So this one here used to work for the Empire for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know how we went and did that thing at that prison on that island to get Keon back?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he's there? I don't want it to be because it's so out of the way.
Well, now I do. I can't look in the mirror today. She grunts and looks at Gregor. But I can look in the morning, and if he's there...
It's worth a try, because, and I don't know how any of that magic works, but we've definitely been there before.
And he is my uncle. I know him quite well.
Also that! I don't know how any of that works.
Richard, do I have anything of his? Technically,
blood.
Yeah, just DNA count.
You share the same blood.
Yeah, no, but I was just thinking, I have a. I thought I had
memories. Words of wisdom.
Yeah, no, I thought I had something he gave. I don't want to just retcon and say I have something like that because it wouldn't really be fair, but I'm not sure if I do.
He has stolen stuff from your shop. I don't know if he ever gave.
Right, exactly.
I remember when I hated this guy so much. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Man, I just assumed that he ran off with the other hunter dude and they were just living some happy the bird cage life. This is not what I thought. This is not where I thought it was going.
I would love the bird cage.
That's what I thought. Anybody. I thought he and what is his name, Oric? I thought they just hooked up and left town.
No, he liked big beefy women and
right,
slender young men.
Oh right, yeah. I guess Oric wasn't his type, or Ronkin wasn't his type. But that's what I thought. I was just hey man, Good for Unk, but I guess that's not what happened. Yeah. So, right. I mean, I can check in the mirror in the morning, but today, I'm a bit tapped out.
I do appreciate you doing this, by the way. Truly.
I am here to help the people I care about, and the people, and do the things they ask me to do, even if they aren't people I particularly care about.
They hate you by proxy. It's kind of funny. It's a little cute, actually. My children. So proud. Gonna go back to like working on my cloak.
And speaking of bio breaks, while the party is doing that, does the group here want to do a bio break? We're about clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I'm
All
gonna
right,
hit the
we'll do it.
break screen. BRB. Okay, but enough about Tarasques. We're back.
Time to ask you a question.
There it is.
Ah,
Beautiful.
me
All right.
pregunta su pregunta.
That is cool.
All right, so I guess we'll pick up. Does anybody else want to do anything before any RP kind of stuff before we get to the town of Underhill?
Yeah, I just need to take a quick bio break.
You?
Are we So we're getting there like within the same day of travel?
Yeah, you're getting there like late at night.
Excuse me. Okay. I just verifying that. I don't actually have an airport.
At around the time you start getting into town, Gregor is gonna be like, "Hey, Kamira, you wanted to know when I wasn't feeling as good anymore?
Happening now?
It's starting to happen a little bit. Getting a bit of a headache.
Oh, girl, same.
Yeah. He's able to fight off. He's not losing any con right now, but he is just kind of like, starting not to feel right.
Okay. Maybe we can get checked into an inn, get you into a bed, and I'll look around for a healer or something.
Yeah, just to remind you, this town is a super, super small town. Not much of any, but it's a bit bigger than a hamlet. You do have like a post office and a tavern and a few other things in town. Very much. Definitely smaller than Lamprey. But yeah, you're not gonna find a healer with that kind of ability here.
I'll still try.
Okay. You try and
right, it doesn't
Yeah.
happen, but like
yeah.
for the sake of the
All right.
record, she attempted.
Yep.
Well, now I suppose we need to.
There is a tavern and inn though if you want to rest up for the night, and then there's also stables and stuff if you want to park the wagon there.
I think that'd be great.
As we're parking it, well, I guess it's time we discuss what we do about Gregor.
When you get into the tavern and everything, you'll get a room and stuff, and Gregor will go up there to get kind of an early shut-eye and try to rest up. But over at the bar, you're going to see a little Reggie River Riders being like, "Hey!
He's alive, fuck you!
You guys are alive! Fuck you guys!
Yes, correct. We
How
just
you
said that.
doing?" A good old plump dwarf who's just kind of in his fisherman gear. He's got his overall and a big boot.
Actually, we're doing pretty okay. Sort
Yeah?
of. Yeah, how have you been?
I've been better. Could have used some help getting back.
Forgot about that part.
Because of all the monsters?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I bet you leveled up or something though, right?
What?
No. Maybe not. I'm sorry about that.
That's alright. I got a little bit of coin out of it, I guess. Times are tough, so can't complain. I appreciate your business, but I'll not be doing that again.
Blame it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, I guess we're just gonna like have dinner and get a room now.
Alrighty then. It was nice
Alrighty.
seeing you.
Nice seeing you too. Sorry again.
Okay.
Okay, bye. I
Uh,
forgot that we
alright, yeah.
abandoned him. I totally fucking forgot.
You guys get some rooms and you get some grub, and yeah, if you guys want to meet up anywhere in any of the rooms or what, at a booth in the tavern, wherever you want to circle around and talk about what you want to do about.
So the options, right, is to just keep death warding him and see what happens, or
back through the forest.
Drag him through the forest.
I mean, the other option is we leave him here.
Potentially dies.
Probably does.
I don't think
Which
there's a
defeats the
potential. I
purpose
think
of-
it's pretty much happening. So, if we are going to use one of our powerful diamonds, at least we have more in our future. But it's not my place to make that call.
Can't really let him die, right?
Well, we need him as a witness at the least.
I guess I'm more thinking, Clementine, you've been kind of sparse on the details of what we're doing in said Lock Raven. I know we're there to save Rain, but from what and who and why?
It's
Insight.
difficult.
Doesn't even let her get a sentence out.
Well, no.
Objection!
It's difficult to explain.
Well, we've got the whole
Right.
night.
I suppose now is the time as good as any. Rain was very distraught after she parted with you all. She saw her mother, or possibly her mother. I think she understood that it was all a farce. And in her desperation, she attempted magic that she was not ready for. Fey magic is very, very powerful. The strongest Fey can grant wishes. Just like genies, and she points to Anwar. I don't know how she found that page in the book, but she attempted to cast it.
Cast what exactly?
She just went straight to that back of the book and
Yeah.
tried to change reality. Just tried to do a little
Yes.
miracle.
Well, obviously it backfired. And, well, you'll see when you see her, but she hasn't been responsive. She's alive, but in a bad way.
Is she like sleeping?
Not entirely.
You know what she tried to wish for?
No, that's something she would have to answer.
That dream thing of yours, have you been able to contact her that way?
No, and I fear if I went into there myself, the Feywild may have imprinted on her. That's where she takes the magic from. The book. I'm afraid if I were to go in there, at least alone, that I would be trapped.
So in this quest of ours, it sounds like you need to go inside of her mind. And you need other people there with you to help you in case we become trapped.
Precisely. I am not vain enough to say that I'm powerful enough to cast a wish, even in the Feywild. I'm not entirely sure what it's done to her.
Even I know that a wish is the most powerful magic there is. It's rewriting reality. Who would want to fumble with that?
I think it's a long way off for either one of us, Anwar. Well, we've been in mines before, and we've been in blood before. Wouldn't be the first time.
I do have this actually, and Anwar is going to produce the mental fortress. If she is trapped within her mind, maybe this can help sort her out. You know, strengthen her defenses, and to get her back online, as it were.
Perhaps anything you can provide would be helpful. I will say, I imagine the amount of power that I'll have to use to take us into her dreams, her mind, wherever she is right now. Most likely other Fae will take notice. I've been very sparing with my power to connect to the Feywild. It will take considerably more to do that.
Will other Fae attack you?
Not attack. But I'll deal with the consequence of that when it comes.
This is like a rules thing.
Aye.
And would we be accomplices in this Fae crime we'd be committing? It's like
Not if I can help it.
Wouldn't be the
I'm already-
first time that a whole lot of people hated us all at once.
And
Wouldn't
I
be the
imagine
first.
it wouldn't be the last either.
God, I was really hoping it'd be the last, though.
I did too. Actually, we were going really good there for a moment.
It's been a major weight off the shoulders, you know?
Right? Not having to, like, look over his shoulder constantly. Able to walk around freely.
And we still gotta kill Lopaw.
I mean, potentially.
Sorry,
Maybe
what?
eventually.
I didn't say that
As
out
long as
loud.
we're very
correct.
clear that I am not the one instigating it.
Well,
Look, I'm just waiting for him to pop off so I can go after him.
I mean, we did make friends with that prince that one time. What was the prince's name?
Oh,
The
God.
one who gave us these
Bowie.
rings?
Bowie.
Edwin, I think. I
Did
can't
you just
remember.
say Bowie?
Yeah.
Does Clementine know anything about that person? Out of sheer curiosity.
She probably would, yeah.
I don't know his name.
I like to make rings.
Edwin.
I think it's Edwin.
That
Yeah,
sounds
sounds
correct.
right.
Are you kidding me? Did I not write down that fucking name?
Oh, sorry, no, Elgar. Prince Elgar.
Prince Elgar.
Is he actually a prince?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
Oh, hey, I have notes from like a little black book with names and numbers crossed out, and there was this one guy that this guy couldn't get a hold of for a while. Just to like let you know.
This guy.
This guy.
I'd be careful of making any deals with Faye. But you
well,
all
we
probably
kind
know
of
that.
already
Yeah,
did a
we
little
all
bit.
we all look at the rings that we're wearing.
Oh dear.
Look, I think we left on pretty good terms, though. Mostly.
Sure.
Yeah, I woke up without a kidney the one time, but that ain't gonna happen twice.
You're right, it won't happen twice.
Better hope not.
Freaking the robot, like radar, like beep, like just briefly. Shoot.
Well, if it weren't for rain, we would have been scooped up by the Empire back when they were still in Stemgarden. So,
So general consensus, we owe her, right?
Of course.
All right, just checking in.
just want to know how many crimes will we be committing this time.
Now, when has crime ever stopped us?
Not.
Oh wait,
Certainly
I'm sorry.
didn't stop
Now,
us
when
the
is-
first, second, or third time we stole that boat.
Don't worry, don't worry. I'll be the one committing the crime, not you.
Even
We'll get her
better. Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
Are we gonna have to eat and drink weird things to do this again?
Do we get to eat and drink weird things to do this?
You would know that the lake house area is not in the Feywild. It is still on your plane of existence. So,
Okay.
as far as you know, no like eating mushrooms to get shrunk down to go through tiny doorways or anything.
As long as I don't have to do port, then it should be okay.
Oh no, she's here on this plane. She is not in the
good.
Feywild.
Wonderful.
We had some bobblehead experiences last time.
I left
That's
her
right.
with a little healer.
A healer. We need one of those.
Not strong enough to counteract
Oh.
vampires.
Son of a bitch.
At least I'm not sure.
Can't hurt to ask, I guess. Unless he's just gonna feel like shit for perpetuity, and then he's just gonna die when we don't need him anymore, but that sounds shitty. Regardless, I suppose we should rest up before going on foot tomorrow, right?
Unless there are any roads in the forest now.
There are not.
Not that I saw.
There's no Lake House Drive.
Isn't that a
All right.
band?
I imagine that Hunter in our off time is like, so how do you feel about turning the cart into a flying machine? And Anwar's like, yeah, totally. And there's like a rough sketch of the cart, and it's like an arrow pointing to one of the wheels, and it's like fire? Question mark? Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
all I'm saying is it'd just be a lot easier if we didn't have to, like, park and stable it and all that, you know?
Sure. Wings?
But then, like, would the ox have to fly?
Getting dangerously close to creating the Santa Claus myth.
Could use a
I'll-
red suit.
So what are you guys doing? Going on with Gregor, and you're heading out with who? What are you doing?
So I think I know you want to use scribe, but are we giving him a death ward and like just dragging him? Or are we gonna just leave him here?
I think we should
I don't
bring
think
him
we
with
can.
us.
I was about to say I don't think we
Yeah,
can because if it
leaving him
lasts longer than
behind
a day,
is-
he's dead.
Bring out your dead!
Is that really... right, we need him. Right.
That's it, buddy. That's the only reason why he's alive.
I keep asking.
Now I kind of want
keep
him to be
forgetting.
around for the kids, and so like there's like a co-parent element. But initially, like that was it.
Someone's got to take care of them while you're on grand adventures, you know?
Exactly. You can finally go and do this thing
Yeah.
with our weird mutant children.
I say we stay here, and then in the morning start heading that way.
All right. I'm gonna roll Gregor's con saves at advantage because he's resting during the night. Okay. Yeah, it seems like resting is helping him keep his stamina up. So he, you all wake up in the morning, you check in on him, and he's still seems like he's doing okay. Seems like when he was resting, it kind of helped him, stabilize for the most part. And so he's gonna be like, "Alrighty, well, we got the wagon situated. Am I going with you guys into the woods?"
Yep.
All
And it
right.
might be a little miserable, to be honest. Probably a bit of walking.
That's all right. I'm good with walking. Audrey, you got one of those wards for me?
Yes, I do.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Hand. And death warded.
Oh.
Why does it remind me of The Devil Wears Prada, where she's just like making demands with single words?
Oh, I was picturing the predator handshake, honestly, for most of it.
Well,
before we go in though, who are we scrying on from the wagon before we leave it? Is my question.
And did anyone want to take a dream that night?
I think I'm good.
All right, so who we scry now? Considering we're going into the woods, I feel like scrying on rain would be most practical for this, unless we feel it's not necessary for some reason. But I feel like it's the right call.
Clementine knows
I
where
think
rain is.
So, right. But also, like, I don't think anybody would fault you for, like, quote, like not quote, but, like, being selfish and checking on your family. Like, I don't think anybody would fault you for that.
Yeah, if we, if we feel pretty confident that, like, we'll just go to Rain and there won't be any complications until we get into Rain's brain. By the way, if we do not name an episode "Insane in the Rain Brain," what are we doing? But anyways,
Next week.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah. In that case, Richard, I will scry on my uncle.
Okay.
Wow, real selfish of you. Cannot believe.
I lied.
The nerve of some people.
I tell
lied.
Gregor to give me his other hand, and I take Death Ward back, and then I stab him. I give him Life Ward so he can't recover health.
Oh, he will try to resist that, given everything he's going through.
Yeah. So he gets.
Don't matter what he gets, because he rolled a nat 1.
I know everything about you, Uncle. Yeah. What do I see?
So you see, he is in a fairly small room with wood walls, painted white, but the wood is kind of chipping a bit. It looks like the place has seen a bit better days. Got a fairly sized bed that's big enough to fit him, but he's currently in a rocking chair looking out the window, and through the window you can see some kind of body of water surrounded by woods.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead. With scrying, I have the ability to move around a bit, right? I'm not planted in one place, I think.
Yeah, I think you could probably like look from any angle like within the room, but you can't like zoom to out.
I can't go outside, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The sensor moves with the target remaining within 10 feet of it, so yeah.
Yeah.
I can only move if he moves, but I can still. Okay, well, I can hover around the room for 10 minutes. Does anyone enter or exit? Does he do anything different?
Yeah, so after a little bit of time, a furbolg woman enters the room. And he just kind of looks a bit nervous and just like, "Oh, Ronkin, it's okay. It's me again. Not going to do anything. Just take it easy. Just here to give you some food. That's all." It's like, you want me to? Oh, it is. It's like, come on, you need to eat something. And she just kind of breaks off a little piece of bread. It's like, come on, you'll eat a little bit of this. It's gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. And Clementine, you are going to recognize, because anybody who's looked through the mirror can see this. You recognize this furbolg woman as the same furbolg woman who was treating Rain.
Oh, I think your uncle's where Rain is.
And so,
This is
and
the healer?
eventually, over a bit of time, he is he's going to finally accept some food and start eating it. She's like, good, see? Everything's fine, no one's after you, just take care. You know, and she's like, I'm just gonna leave the rest right by the side here, and I'm gonna go. But you just take all the time you need, you're in a safe place. Take all the time you need. And she's just gonna step out and close the door. And he's just kind of, after she's gone for a bit, he's gonna like take it, kind of like break apart, sniff it a bit, and then eventually he's gonna eat.
I can't wait for the Psychonauts arc when we get to this lake house, you guys. Just jumping in all these patient brains.
Yeah, I thought it was going to keep zooming out, and it's on a sound stage. And then she gets off, and she takes off her wig. It's like, he's not breaking. And all the directors are like hiding.
He's on like Ronkin TV or whatever. Like, oh man. Okay.
Alright, so that's what you see.
Well, I suppose we were already on the way for Rain, and now we're also on the path to my uncle.
There were many in need of help there. Some in more dire straits than others.
So this is a place for people like that.
Aye.
What other patients are there?
Didn't pay too close attention.
Just curious. Shall we be going then?
I suddenly like this less, but yes.
So you start to head towards into the woods on your own. Luckily, thanks to Anwar's compass and also Clementine kind of having a feel for it, you can navigate your way through much better than you could before. Even when it starts, like, the whole wood starts to get kind of kaleidoscopy and you lose track of what feels like north and south and everything else. Luckily, your gadget can kind of help guide. But also it's like, hey, you've been through this before. You've been in these woods before. You've been through that crazy-ass endless battlefield of undead where you had a similar feeling. Like, you guys are kind of pros at this point. You can kind of navigate through. I'm still going to need a D100 to see if there is anything that happens that you encounter along your way. Oh, Clementine, you know just how to navigate through away from all the nonsense and everything else, and you guys go unimpeded all the way to the lake house without any troubles.
All right.
I'd like to roll an opposing check to get us into trouble.
I'd like to cast Insanity. Dance Macabre, if you will.
Alright, so yeah, Clementine leading the way brings you right back, kind of, maybe that's the way she went, who knows. But yeah, there's no trouble at all. However, it does take you, but it's still a bit of time. You don't have any clear paths or anything, so it does take a while. But just as twilight hits, where the sky gets a little purplish in these parts, you see a lake house with white painted walls on the outside, chipping a bit, looking quite old. Green shingles up top that look like they're made out of some kind of hardened leaves mixed in with resin and other kind of stuff. And it looks sizable. It looks like it could fit either a very large family or could potentially be just for group of people. You do see a couple of furbolgs who are outside, kind of like sweeping, and another's like bringing in fish from the lake up to the house. What do y'all do?
Well, you brought her here, Clementine. I assume you can just take us to her?
Yes. Clementine's gonna shift into whatever form. I mean, it's probably still another gnome-looking person, but whatever she was when she left the lake house.
Well, while she does transform, Hunter's gonna ask, what's the best way we can support you? Like, I know you keep a lot of cards to the chest, but like, there's a group effort here. How can we support you?
That will become more clear when we're inside their head.
Right, not the answer I'm looking for, but all right. We'll improv.
Clementine's gonna like lead the group towards the house. And she's like weirdly uncharacteristically like there's concern on her face. Hello?
One of the furbolgs, I'll say this is a furbolg woman, not the one that you saw in the scrying, will look out towards you. She's got kind of leafy-like ears, not quite as cow-like. It's more plant features. Have her. She has kind of bluish skin and green hair, and she'll look over and say, yes, so you all lost. Can I help you?
Oh, I was here and I brought the young merwoman before. I brought some of her friends to see if it can help her.
Oh, you are friends of Rain, was it?
Yes. Has she done any better? Spoken? Eaten?
Healing takes a long time, my friend. It's... You have to be patient. But she's doing exactly what she needs to do to heal herself.
I'm sure perhaps a visit from friends would be helpful to her.
I'm sure it would. Why don't you come on in? And she'll guide you through. Yeah, she'll eventually take you inside. There's kind of a big foyer area, and then you see various rooms. You have like a kind of an art room where there's some painting and stuff, and then you've got a number of people. A lot of them are fairly lethargic or even catatonic. Some of them will do little like painting things. It looks like there's kind of harp music that's being played. It seems like there's just kind of, in fact, when you guys go in, you're also kind of lulled into emotions kind of state. Actually, yeah, if anybody wants to roll for that to save against it, because there is kind of a continual calm emotions spell that's being cast throughout. But if people want to fail it, just
Is the
roll.
is the initial vibe from this, is it soothing or like?
it's definitely soothing. Yeah.
What kind of save is it? Charisma?
As a charisma saving throw, please.
All right.
Oh.
Just to be like at the top of her faculties, I think Audra is going to try to pass it.
Okay, Clementine definitely passes. Anwar will pass.
Hey.
Kamira, you suddenly, like, you've had a lot of anger in you, and finally just kind of goes away for it. Finally can just let go of it. You feel really calm. Audra, you also pass.
Yeah, my anger just punches the calm feeling in the face. Like, nope, hanging on to that. No, just to completely keep wits about her and have no, nothing having a hold of her. She's gonna just try to push that away.
Hunter, are you choosing to fail or are you trying to save?
I think Hunter's initial reaction, like feeling something in his head, he like starts to balk at that. But like feeling that comfortable, soothing vibe, I think with how things have been going, he kind of lets go a little bit and eases into that and lets it kind of... I think that's probably beneficial for him at the moment.
Gregor has a very similar feeling. He gets a nat 20. But once he feels like, okay, but I'm in control, he starts to let go into it because he's had a really tough time lately, and he also calm feelings. He is going to do an insight check on Chimera to see if she's also feeling calm. And he got a nat 1. Went right from a nat 20 to a nat 1.
Gee, I wonder why it didn't work out.
Sometimes he's just too self-absorbed to really read her.
Like, but she's like rolling her shoulders, like finally feeling that tension come out, like rolling the neck a little, just yeah, I needed that.
Well, he doesn't feel any of that, and
that.
so he does not take that opportunity to talk to you. He just kind of stays like, all right. And he just kind of mellows out a bit. All right, so as you do that, the Furbolg woman will say, yes, why don't you come on up this way? Rain prefers a little more solitude. She likes to spend time in her room, I think. And so you're gonna go up some like creaky wooden stairs and go around an area, go around a hallway, and eventually you'll see that she has a little private room that also has a nice little balcony that overlooks the lake. And so she is currently in a wheelchair that's on the balcony looking out towards the lake, and she's just kind of staring kind of blankly. Artem, you have a picture that I was not able to load into Roll20. Do you want to just give people a link to that or share it on Facebook or something?
Yeah.
Rain has a very striking, not quite a scar, but a mark that is running across her whole face. Artem, are you able to share that in some way?
Yeah, I'm throwing it into the Facebook chat.
I think it was too big to put in Roll20, or it just wouldn't accept.
Probably.
It can't be linked in Roll20 or anything?
I don't know.
Whoa.
Alright, I will find a way to show it to the stream.
Okay. But in any case, yeah, there you see Rain, but Rain does not even react to you all being there. She just catatonically just kind of stares out at the water.
Clementine's gonna ask the Furbolg lady, could we have some time alone with her?
Absolutely, you can have all the time you wish. Time is the best thing. And she's going to walk out and close the door behind her, so you got some privacy with her.
She's gonna walk over to Rain and like take one arm of hers is like in somewhat of a sling, and it's clear like that marking just continues down underneath of whatever dress she's wearing right now. So she takes the other hand and sir asks her, Rain, are you feeling any better or?
Completely unresponsive.
She turns to everyone else. So you see the predicament.
Anwar's gonna want to investigate that scar. Would that be investigation or arcana? They're the same.
Probably arcana.
I'm gonna do that with some guidance. That's better. 24.
Yeah, 24. You you have an understanding of the weave. Having kind of incorporated the weave into various items. This is almost like an imprint of the weave. It's like if that combined with getting struck by lightning, almost, it just kind of ripples through, and then there's it's just like a magical surge had from pinpointed somewhere, kind of struck through and marked her completely. And so now it seems like that mark there could potentially be permanent. But definitely, it's not like it's etched any kind of runes into her. It does seem magical in nature.
You got this trying to make a wish?
I would also say that you have read about something similar in books that you've gotten. There isn't much about dragon lore or anything, but what little you've got in your hand, the dragonborn, very good with magic. And so there are some old films and stuff with things in Draconic that deal with certain types of magic that aren't used too much anymore. But something in there, it reminds you. That might not be what this specifically is, but they called it a dragon mark.
Dragon mark. It seems to be some kind of scar, feedback reaction to trying to attempt magic beyond your skill. It's obviously not a lot of information, but if you try and channel too much magic through a vessel, can have negative feedback. But Clementine, you said there was a way to fix her, like going inside her mind, do you think?
Well, she's alive, so my only thought is that something's wrong, broken in her brain.
As a wizard, she uses her wits, her intelligence to channel the magic, so it would make sense that it would target it there. This is all guess, though, so it seems plausible, at least. Do we have the means to travel to her, or do we need to talk to our witch in the woods friend again? We've done something similar to this before.
Well, as I said, I don't know if my Fey magic here is powerful enough to take us all, though we could attempt to go to the witch. I don't remember what me and Richard talked about as far as that went.
Well, if you talk with the furbolgs who are keeping care of her, maybe that's all I'll say for now.
Okay. Perhaps they know the same magic that the witch does here. And they may be just reluctant to try.
I will say it was dangerous when we went in to Hunters 12 times before. We almost all didn't make it back out.
It's quite dangerous.
It'll likely be the same here. Rain's been through a lot.
Audrey, you would notice, well, I guess all of you would, that the same view you're getting from this balcony, that was the view you were getting from your uncle. So he's likely around here somewhere.
Yeah. Well, she wouldn't just like ditch the group for that. As much as I want to just be like, okay, well, you guys have fun with that, Uncle. Well, if we need, Inger, that's our witch friend's name. I could not remember her name. If we need to get Inger for this, we could see how my uncle's doing in the meantime. Otherwise, I don't have a means of getting us in there. And magic doesn't do that. Anwar, take
Inga
it.
traveling here herself would be quite risky, I think, with her age.
Would we be able to take Rain to her?
We can
Technically.
certainly try.
I mean, if we're
It might be better to not try and move her.
right, that's my concern. If this is a facility that's made to take care of her in a state like this, we can't do anything better for her.
You can ask the purple woman if she can perform that ritual. It's possible.
Worth
Do you
a
want to see if
try.
you can
Yeah.
find your uncle?
Yeah,
We
Inger
can
never
ask that.
taught us how to do that, right?
No.
Like it was just something, she just gave us like that popcorn recipe or whatever it was.
She gave us that and the ability to rage, and like a self-love spell.
Right. That like.
But also you
barbarian-
you gotta time that rage shit at the right time.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember.
Like she gave us it's like a ritual
Yeah,
that
it's
you
in
have
her-
to enact
Oh, the
before you
berserker
go
thing.
into battle.
Yeah.
Now I
Yeah.
remember.
basically-
Okay.
Yeah.
But again, you got to do that right before you go in.
Right. Anyway, I'm sorry, Ryan, I cut you off when I was asking that.
Why don't you look for your uncle, and we can ask about that ritual. Try and get that set up.
If you all don't mind, I just didn't want to abandon the group, especially in
why
a
would we
place that we
mind?
don't know. Well, if this is a place where people aren't in their right mind, wandering off isn't the best thing to do.
Would you like somebody to come with you?
Oh,
Gregor's like, yeah.
I just didn't want to make the rest of you worry, but if people want to come along, they certainly can.
I'm not worried about anything.
No, it's fine. I'm just gonna find me some of them slippers and robe. They look comfy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe scoot on over to the block where they're doing coloring.
Okay.
I saw them crayons, and I thought that I can work
Perhaps
with that.
Chimera, you just come with me then?
Okay.
It seems like the others could perhaps use babysitters.
I could come too.
No. just no.
No. Of course, darling.
Perfect.
Whatever you need.
Wait, can I come? She says I can come.
That was to me.
I mean,
Oh.
we can all go.
No. Some of you should stay here with Rain, and some of you should stay with those staying with Rain.
Sure.
Alright.
Let's take a walk, darling. Come on.
Okay.
And she's actually gonna like take your hand.
Oh, right. And Arantis, I trust you to keep an eye out.
Yes.
Calm robot. The subtitle says calm robot
I
tones.
haven't rolled for him. Let's see. Yeah, he didn't roll too well. He's probably in it too. Yeah.
We just
I'll-
got like a half of a chilled out party.
yeah, undead.
Wow.
Uh,
Am I the only one who chose to save it?
No, Anwar rolled really well.
Oh, right. Onward did. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Clementine
did
saved.
Clem.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
It's
why I want.
just-
That's
And
why I want.
Gregor actually rolled a natural 20, but then
That's
he
true,
was just
that's
like,
true.
nah, it's all right.
Right. No. See,
Yeah.
that's why I figure some folks should stay with the people who are basically high right now.
Oh, I'm basically high. I'll
Yeah.
say that.
Well, I'm babysitting you in that case, but just
Oh,
that way
okay,
it's good.
'cause I got an
There's
8.
not a
I was gonna
lot.
say, who do you think the babysitter's for? Like,
Yeah.
we're
Well,
good.
no. I just mean folks like. I'll take someone off your hands, but the other folks should babysit the people who are super calm right now while keeping an eye on Rain. You know what I
it's
mean?
cool. I'll babysit Gregor while Gregor takes a nap, and we see just how comfortable a pillow would be on his face.
Hunter, that's a coat rack.
That's also not where I thought that sentence was going. I
Well,
was like,
the
all right,
coat
Hunter,
rack-
you do you.
The coat rack is a representation of Gregor. And see, we'd place the pillow over here over these handles where his face
It's a
would be.
pillow. right here. Why
Audra
can't
is
it be
slowly
jello?
backing out of the room as this conversation is
I feel like
happening.
I should be alarmed, but I'm not.
Oh, Gregor, you're here.
This is the time to
know?
put him out of his misery, I guess. Apparently we came to the euthanasia facility of this campaign.
Which way, darling?
I have to figure that out.
Okay, how about we flag down a nice lady? Hello, you over there. Hi.
You'll see another woman. She's dressed in. She has like kind of a nice green dress of some kind. It's a little bit flowery, and she just. Yes. Can I help you too?
Hello, my love. We are looking for this young lady's uncle. Is he
Oh.
here?
I'm guessing you would know who that is just by looking at me. But if you need a
Well,
name,
we're
it's
only
Ronkin.
treating one Furbolg here, so if. What is your uncle's name, just to verify?
Ronkin.
Yes. Oh, you're Ronkin's niece. Oh, very good.
You've heard of me?
Yes, Ronkin and I have gone back a long ways. I am Mara.
Sorry, say that one again, Richard.
Mara, M-A-R-A, Mara.
Mara.
We are old friends, and I have heard so much about you.
Can I insight
yes,
check
you're-
that? Actually, I wouldn't care. I'm
Yeah.
calm.
While
kidding.
we're on our way to his room, Mara, perhaps
Mhm.
you could fill me in on what's happening to him.
Like many who we've collected along the ways, he was stumbling through the forest, seeming quite concerned, and we have been able to sedate him to a degree here, and he just needs time to heal. And well, these things just take a while. Just you need patience.
So you found
He's
him
not-
in this fugue
not-
state.
Yes, he's not quite in his own mind. But with time, he will get back to his senses, but it has to be on his time. It can't be on our time.
Sure. I just want to make sure he's okay.
Yeah. So you get to his room and you open it up, and once again, he's kind of nervous, but compared to how he was in the dream, a lot more. He's not like flipping out and pulling up weapons or anything like that. He is much more with the calm emotions thing, but he does kind of look up and he's a little nervous. It's just like,
So I cast Toll of the Dead. And,
But yeah, he just kind of clutches in his chair a little bit as he looks over to you. It's only a matter of time. Try.
I peek around Audra and I'm like, hello.
perhaps you'd like to talk to me now, Uncle?
You'd like that, wouldn't you? And she's like, oh, come now. Ronkin, this is your niece. Remember, this is a safe place. You can speak freely here. Like that. Like that. I'm afraid you may not be able to have the conversation you're looking for with him. He is unfortunately a bit lost at the moment.
And she'll say this to the attendant, like, away from him a bit. When you found him, I'm assuming you kept anything that was on his person locked up somewhere away from here?
Oh yes, his weapons are they're kept away from him.
I would like to search through his things before we go. See what he had with him.
Sure.
Question. was an orc with him by chance, or a half orc named Auric? Or did he come alone?
He was found alone, but
Hmm.
also he was covered in blood. He did mention an Auric and kept uttering the phrase, "If it bleeds, we can kill it." He stopped saying that now.
Oh, all right.
But
Who-
I'm afraid he must have experienced something quite traumatic.
Who did we say that about again? What fight was that?
That was when you all were fighting Cerebro.
Okay.
Or Auric said that to him after landing the first hit.
Right. Okay.
That's not a good sign, Audra.
No. I wonder if the mind blasting that happened is lingering somehow. And if it's not what happened, then I hope we can look through his things and perhaps find out where he'd been, what he was assigned, something like that.
He
And
seemed to be on our heels quite a bit, didn't he?
He seems under the delusion we are some kind of aberrant creature trying to probe into his mind. I tried to assure him, but it only works so many times. And then he eventually goes back to thinking that we're...
Can't really fault him for that, though, can we?
Just for the heck of it, I want to insight everything she just said to make sure it's all truthful.
Okay, go for it.
Clementine absolutely lured us into a frickin' aberrant trap.
Well, I mean, maybe she didn't know any better, you know?
I might need to refresh my
No,
roll.
but also maybe Clementine did.
All right, well, I only got a 9.
Okay, so you don't know.
Yeah.
This is all kind of weird.
Clementine is a furbolg in
We've been
disguise.
sold out, y'all. Sold out.
You know how Rain was a Empire defector? Well, Clem is still a loyalist, so... well, I would like to search his things then. But before
Yeah,
that,
you can
and
go.
I will, like, slowly walk over to Ronkin and, like, try to just, like, put a hand on his shoulder.
You do that. He again with the calm emotions. He's not nearly as agitated as
Mm-hmm.
the beast. He's kind of like,
I don't know how long it's gonna be before you're back to your old self, Uncle. But I hope it's not terribly long. And I hope that whatever happened to you can be fixed.
you're just gonna see like a single tear go down his face.
I'll like reach over and wipe it off with my thumb.
You are who you say you are.
Well, there's no proving that to you right now. But soon enough you'll realize that I am who I say I am and that I was here to check in on you. Please,
Godspeed, then.
thank you. Please show me his things.
All right. Yeah, she'll go down and she'll show you his clothes that he came in, which are quite a bit bloody, as well as he's got a number of daggers and components for his arcane trickster spell.
And is that like anything else on it? Any sort of like, you know, like message or notes or anything like? And was he given any sort of like mission brief, anything like that, or is it just what you described just now and that's it?
Yeah, pretty much that's it. I would also say that he has one of Auric's hand axes.
Let's just give me one of Auric's hands.
Okay. I imagine this is gonna be like an impossible DC, but I would like to medicine check the blood.
Okay.
See if I can identify it. Like
Like a DNA test?
well, like, yeah, this is why I said this is like not it. But like,
Yeah.
just in case, like, can I tell somehow, maybe from the coloration or something, that it is a humanoid blood or it's something different, or like,
Sure.
you know?
Yeah.
24.
24. You can definitely tell it is humanoid blood.
Okay. There's a million things that it could be, but you know.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
It's-
if it were like aberrant blood, that would tell me something, you know. But
Yep, it's not aberrant, it's not
Yeah.
monstrous, it
Okay.
is humanoid blood.
Like I said, he was kind of hot on our tail for a long time, Audra.
Mm-hmm. I want to check the hand axe. Does it have any blood on it? The one hand axe from Auric.
Yep, and I'll give you that same 24. That 24 has some blood on it that looks monstrous. It's got that thick blood. And it kind of hardens all, like, it stains a bit blacker.
Right. Okay. I am sort of looking at that, looking at Chimera. I can't know exactly what happened there. Or can I? Looking at the nurse, can I keep this hand axe?
I suppose that'd be all right. You are family.
Thank you. I'll slip it into my pocket.
You have the biggest pocket.
Yeah. Well, yeah, or
It's
you know, just like.
Jinkos.
Yeah, I have full plate Jinkos.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was gonna say, come on now, Audra's a woman. You
You ain't getting no pockets.
See, maybe that's why heavy armor's hard to sneak in. It's just Jinkos. It's all shaking in the bushes. I may be able to divine something from this at some point. At the moment, I don't know if your friend Auric is still around.
Casualties of war. We all knew what we were signing up for. It's a shame, regardless, but
Well, I don't know if you'd be saying the same thing if you weren't so calm right now.
probably wouldn't be saying much of anything.
How are you feeling with everything and with Gregor and what have you?
I was deeply stressed, and then I came in here. Now everything's kind of okay. Still a little concerning. There's still little dregs of frustration. But I want to take him at his word. And I think his children deserve to see him.
All right.
Gotta watch him, though. He's got a silver tongue, that one.
Maybe for some people.
I think you're biased.
I am biased.
I
Let's go
think
back.
it's sweet. All right.
Alright, getting back up to Rain's room, what have other people been about as far as figuring out what they want to do?
I think we're going to go talk to the nurse and ask about the mind ritual, the inception ritual. Let's just call
Oh,
it.
we don't do those sorts of things. We prefer that there's a more natural healing process. It will take time, but we find that that's the best way for people to heal. If you were trying to cut corners, there's people like the humans. I believe there were some human shamans who had some kind of rituals that jolt everything forward and try to do more instant healing. It's certainly not what we believe, though. I think that you risk healing things the wrong way when you try to heal unnaturally.
Listen, we healed our friend using that method, and he's perfectly fine. Just look at him.
What is Hunter doing right now? is he using the crayons to draw a rainbow or something?
I think maybe he's got the pile of crayons and he's like drawing stuff that's like memories of fights and stuff that's happened that's like maybe not great, just unloading a little trauma onto the page.
It's just like a bunch of pictures of himself dead.
Yeah, there's that. I think he's like talking with Rain. It's like, and that's when I died in that fight, but it's okay. It's okay because I'm alive now. And
My friends brought me back.
friends brought me back. They wouldn't let me die, and
Yes, he seems perfectly fine.
Listen, we're all works in progress, all right? But rain's different, okay? So, how long is your process going to take exactly? Like, what are we talking? A couple days here, weeks, maybe?
Well, this is her time. But how far gone she is, oh, she'll probably be fine within a few years, maybe 10, 20 at most.
Time
Anwar's
skip.
going to look to Clement. Anwar's going to look to Clementine and be like, I think we need a second opinion.
I agree. Listen, if this was caused by an unnatural cause, then an unnatural healing is the way to go.
Listen, she's clearly elven. She can handle 10 or 20 years, no problem.
We can't.
She's out of line, but she's right. We do need to do some unnatural means. Clementine, I think we need to make a sending. See about fixing this. An alternative way of doing things. With science and magic. Blackjack. Whatever else we need.
Listen, if you want to take her, you can. But we do feel some sense of obligation to make sure she's getting proper care. But if she is indeed of your friends, then we must respect that, and you may take her to wherever you wish.
Well, why don't
If
you
and
just
when that
do
does
the...
not work out, you can bring her back here.
Why don't you just do the treatments that aren't the molasses ones here for her? And that way, that's done.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, you see, the treatment options you're using are slow as molasses. That's what that means. And so, you talk about the ones that the humans do that do it fast. Why not just do one of them here?
Because we don't do them. We never even taught ourselves how to do them.
Oh,
We
that
wouldn't
seems like
do it.
that seems that's on you.
Okay, well, I'm sorry we can't help you on that front. We do things our way. You wanted to do it some other person's way, you'll have to some other person.
Yeah.
It's all right, Hunter. We're going to get a second opinion.
All
Here's some
right.
Jello.
Oh, I do love Jello. What flavor's this one?
Green.
Oh, green. That's like turkey and mint, right?
Maybe.
Oh.
So we're going to try and find Kamira and Audra.
We'll be on our way back to you shortly anyway.
Yeah, so shortly thereafter, Kamira and Audra are working.
Hello,
So,
my loves.
Like, hard cut to, so about 20 years, they thought.
Absolutely bullshit.
Yeah,
Could be dead by then. Probably.
I'm not waiting that
I'm
long
old.
either.
I'm very old, Audra. Don't look at
You're
me
not that
way.
old.
I'm quite.
You have more blood than any of us.
So much more.
Plenty of that. That's true.
If I'll be totally honest, and she's like saying this away from any of the helpers, we saw that facility where Cerebro took you all. I'm not even sure if she's totally evil. They might be wrong.
They could be wrong, to be honest.
Yeah, she's got a lot of, scales.
Yeah. Well, part of that's natural, right?
I don't know about for elves.
But she always had the gills, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've been a little fucky ever since I came in here. I'm ready to go.
Who's not fucky? Just roll call real quick.
I'm completely fine.
I'm fine.
Put your hand
good.
down, Hunter.
Audra, could you do ascending to Olga?
Inger.
Inga.
Inger,
Mhm.
I could.
available to do another mind blood inception ritual?
That's what they call them.
Famous?
And I will do that. I will send ascending.
Ask her for some kettle corn too, please.
Oh yeah, kettle corn. Big bag of it.
Yeah.
Hello, Inger. It's Audra. Hello, Inger. It's Audra. We're in need of your ritual again. The one where we enter someone's mind at Lake House facility in Lockwood Forest.
I'm telling you, she's not gonna come here. I'm gonna
Available?
like kneel in front of Rain.
Ask how we can do it if she can't make it here.
Well, sure. Come on by. Just please this time, don't bring a whole gang with you. I haven't the room.
House party.
We did. We
Everybody's
dropped so
invited.
many people on
So
her
many
doorstep.
people at her place.
Oh, we can bring Gregor, and we can bring our new friend here, the cat lady, and we can bring
So
friends we meet. Friends we meet on the road.
I just kind of do like the hand over face thing as Hunter's like rambling about his stuff. So I suppose we check Rain out and transport her to Inger then?
Might as well.
Yes.
Sooner we get going, the better, technically.
The good news is
Get
even
her out
in
of
that
this loony bin.
the good news is that even in that state, I can death ward her for the trip.
Don't you need it to be on him too, though?
I can use it as often as I like, as long as I have the magic.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I can technically death ward like the entire main party. It eats up magic spells, but I can technically do that.
Right,
It's
right.
just always roll on when death warded.
Darling, how about your uncle, though? Are you going to leave him here? He seems safe, but...
Yeah. Well, if we... I'm going to send another sending to Inger.
Okay.
Inger, any chance you can do a 2-for-1 special?
Ask her how we do it.
Or alternatively, teach us to do the ritual ourselves. I counted weird, but that was under 25.
It might be easier if I were to take on an apprentice than to do to myself.
Wonderful. Maybe we can write Rain, and then Rain can help us write your uncle.
Yeah. Well,
Also, I swear to God, if this shit kills Inger, I'm gonna be so upset.
yeah.
I'm gonna be so upset.
As much as I hate to make this call, my uncle will be better off here than Rain would be here. Rain's in a worse position. My uncle is at least speaking and eating and the like. Rain is not. So, if we help one now and help one later, then I suppose we help Rain first.
Hunter kind of pats Rain's hand gently a few times and says, "It's okay, bud. You'll be murdering former employees in no time."
No response.
I do want to point out, Rain has never killed anyone yet.
That's true. Rain hasn't been around for any of the crimes.
What's that?
Like, do these lines, these, like, imprints, do they feel any different than our normal skin? Like, if you were to touch them?
I'll let you answer that, Artem.
I mean, so her skin normally is like the scales on it are like thick and like almost armor-like.
Sure.
I feel like that might be the only way you get any sort of reaction from her, because if you touch them, she probably involuntarily winces.
Okay. Because I was thinking like Kamira was either gonna like reach out and like touch one on her cheek or on her hand, and if that's the case, shit. My bad, girl.
You try touching her there, and yeah, she winces, and you have caused her discomfort.
I'm sorry, darling. Well, should we get it up and going?
So you guys start getting ready to go, and before you get out of the building, Gregor is just gonna like kind of come up to you and be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
I just want to get this out while I'm feeling this way. I just want to put all the cards on the table. Listen, I'm not in love with you anymore. Like, a lot of those feelings are past and stuff, but like, you're the mother of my children. And you're so tough, and seeing just what you've done, you're amazing.
And some pretty cool shit.
I'm too ashamed to explore being in love with you, but just know that I'm going to love you forever. But anyway, I know I messed up. I'm not gonna try. I just wanted you to know it. That's all.
Actually, that kind of takes quite a lot off the shoulders. Just that worry. So I appreciate that.
Good, because it caused a lot of hurt, and I don't want to hurt.
I might take some time to come around, but here in this moment, with some of that tension gone and my constant tension headache not present, how about we shake on it and we agree to be friends? And I will try not to be such a raging bitch to you.
I don't like that, and I promise to not be an absolute tool bag.
All right. Let's see how long this lasts after we get outside.
Yeah.
The intention is there, though. Please know that.
Let's just remember this.
Sure.
And next time I mess up, I'll try to remember.
Let's go.
Let's go. Alright. And with that, I think that's where we'll call it for a session for tonight.
Let's go.
And then we can kind of time skip a bit to when you get to Inger's next time.
That poor old lady.
Alright, that'll be perfect.
That'll be an interesting way to wrap up this particular leg.
Yep, there will be like another to get out of the woods and to pick up the wagon, and then one. You're talking about like 4 more days of travel to get to Inger's, so if you want to go through like who are the people we want to scry on, excuse me, and stuff, then you can just jot those down, and we can explore some of those during the travel when we pick up
Cool.
that session.
Yeah.
Need to check on that Chimera lookalike.
Yeah,
That
they're
has
all
me a
written
little-
down. So
That has me a little worried.
remaining scry targets are Agonazar, the alternate Chimera, and then if we want to check in on the Icewind Dahlia again, and the that one shadow monk who disappeared around Fort Moltra. And if we have 4 days, that means we can hit all 4.
I'd like to check in on Ember too, so then I can try.
Oh,
and
right,
dream
yeah,
with him.
sure.
You mean you're not Ember?
I thought it was Agonazar.
What?
Swear to God, you look just like him.
All right.
Were you guys? Were you not in that movie?
I just can't wait for you to like scry on Ember and see like how little you like.
Right. It's like you don't even have fire hair. Like what's going on?
All right, yeah, I added that.
He's
to
a water genasi. You asshole.
I added that to the to our scry list then in the one chat, just so that I have it written down.
Great.
Okay, cool. Well, this was an interesting episode. I think we're gonna get into some weird stuff next week.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, and I guess we still have to
Ready for some
determine.
action.
We have to determine
shit.
what we're doing about Gregor too. We didn't really.
Just kill him.
There we go.
I mean, he ain't making it. It's not making it very long.
Right, but it's a question of whether or not we burn or revivify.
We'll find out.
All right. Well, we'll find out next week, maybe. Bye bye.
Bye bye, everybody.
Okay, bye.
Bye.